Yes, hello, welcome to Make It Saturday here on Crafters TV, brought to you by Crafters Company. My name's George Akid. Hello, happy Saturday. It's the last Saturday of April. Oh my goodness, where has the time gone? 2 months of Make It Saturdays we have really, can you believe it? It's been 2 months of these fantastic shows back on Saturdays. Hoping you're enjoying the Saturdays as much as we are. Listen, if you've not joined us for a Make It Saturday before, where have you been? You've been missing out on so much fun, delights and galore. Now, it is a bit of a mixed occasion today because it's the last one with the current team. As you know, it's been Jamie, Nicola, myself and this other person called Lilly, who I'll introduce to you very, very shortly, for the last few months. But obviously Nicola's leaving. I'm not going to be here on Saturdays for a little while, so it's a little bit of all bit sadness, but we're going to make sure we have an absolute bang. Make It Saturdays are, let me just, we are staying with Make It Saturdays, right, Lil? Yeah, great, cool. Thanks for even saying that. Make It Saturdays are staying, but it's going to be all change, please, all change. But let's not worry about that, because for now, we're going to have a bit of fun because it's our last Make It Saturday with the wonderful Nicola. And, ladies and gentlemen, she's here today. She was here for the craft along. She's back now. Ladies and gentlemen, Lilly Fletcher, the zebra.
Woo! I did say I seem to be a different animal every week. Last week I was a leopard. This week I am a zebra.
What noise does a zebra make?
I don't know, actually. Go on.
No, have a guess. I don't know.
Nay. Is it like a neigh? I'm hearing in my ear.
What
Nay.
noise does a... Wow. What noise does a moose make?
Moo. No, that's a cow.
See, everyone
Close
does
enough.
it. Everyone does it. Hey, listen, how's your week been?
It's been good.
Been very good,
Very good,
it?
yeah. It's been busy, but good.
What have we got planned for today? You have got something amazing planned?
Well, I'm hoping so, especially as this is the last one with us all together. So, our craft clinic is going to be all about acetate.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
Listen, I know acetate. Is there much we can do with acetate?
Oh my gosh, there's tons. Just you wait. We've got lots and lots to share with you as part of that craft clinic. But any questions, get them in nice and early, so we can fire those across. A few demos as well with that brand new vintage carnival collection.
I love it.
Our graceful plumes as well, that's coming up. And also the one I can never say the name of, so I will get my teeth in, colourable creator cards.
Amazing and fantastic Saturday sizzle deals. We'll get to those shortly. Listen, you get yourself ready.
Thank you. Can I just ask you, what do we do for a Saturday sizzle deal? Thank you. Right,
Thank you.
That's me done. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Yes, like Lilly said, if you've got any questions about acetate or any questions at all, you can get involved in the show. Wonderful Becky is on the socials. Hello, Becky. I've not met you before. Nice to meet you. I literally went, who's this Becky that's on the socials? No, she's amazing. So, yes, she is. Loads of you getting in touch today. And just by commenting, ladies and gentlemen, you've already entered yourself into the prize draw. Every hour, we're going to choose a prize winner. And all you've got to do is simplest competition around is simply comment. Say hello, let us know what you're watching, ask a question about acetate for our wonderful craft clinic a little bit later on, and you've entered yourself into the prize draw. Let's say hello to a few of you already. Suzanne Stevens, hello everyone, good to see you. Terry, good morning from Central Iowa. Jay Pressy, good morning, all from rainy Philadelphia. And wonderful Mistress, good day-o, good afternoon everyone from sunny London. Em's Books, everyone, good afternoon, well, good morning should I say, from California. I love the Saturday shows. George, it was great having you. Hope you come back to Saturday soon. It won't be long, listen, I'm back on Wednesday, guys. I am back on Wednesday for Sarah's birthday celebrations. So don't worry, I'm not going far, I promise you. Becky just said, yes, it's my first Make It Saturday, so you haven't seen me yet? Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you, Becky. Now as well, online, there are some discount codes. Why? Because we've always got some discount codes for you. Now, remember, the more you spend, the more you save. It's as simple as this. If you spend £25, $25, you're going to get yourself £5 off. All you've got to do is put the code in, or $5, should I say, put the save, spend 5. So it's 5% off, sorry, not £5, $5, 5% off £25, dollars or pounds. And if you spend £50, you can get 10% saving. Very simple, save, spend 10. Save, spend 5% off, save, spend 10 for $10 off. It couldn't be simpler. And a lot of you have been using those fantastic deals that we had in our craft along a little bit later on. Here's some deals that you could be using it. Yes, Saturday Sizzler deals. Every Saturday we bring you some, and I say this, incredible deals, and this is one which ain't going to be messing about today. It is, of course, your glitter card 9-piece collection. Now, there are some fantastic colours. If you've seen our card stock before, you know how incredible they are. And these are no different for you today, because this is half price. Say what?
What?
Say what? 9-piece. Oh my goodness, you're getting 9 different collections. Oh my goodness. 9 different colours.
90 sheets.
90 sheets of this, which is incredible. You are going to be getting the fantastic rose gold, royal blue, copper, Christmas green, Christmas red. You're also going to be getting the ivory, to silver gold, and the black as well. That is all for you today in there. That is all for you today in those fantastic colours. That's £15.96, $25.96. I think that's wrong. That's why I was checking it's 9, because I think it's only 8 cards. Because there's only 8 on the screen and there's 8 on my list. But don't worry, so you get 8 colours, but you're getting £50, it's 80 sheets of cards, £15.96. £12.77 at $20.77 on your colours. Sorry about that. But remember as well, if you're spending over £25, $25, you'll get your 5% off that as well, and you'll see some here. Another great Saturday sizzle deal for you. The pre-cut layering pad. Now, these are incredible. Lily, tell us a little bit about these.
Oh, these are absolutely fantastic. So within this pack here, you've got 4 different designs, and this whole sort of idea with these is it gives you the look of die cutting, but without the need to actually use dies whatsoever. So you've got all those separate sheets. All you need to do is just stick those together, layer those design up. It's almost like you're looking into the design with different elements cut out on the different layers. Just glue them together and you've got beautiful, really impactful cards in little to no time at all. Do you know what, George? I think you would love them. Super easy.
I would love them. I really would. 50% saving on that fee today. £10, $10. Club Inspire price, Platinum, £8, $8. That is better than half price if you're on your Club Inspire price. Now, something that you adore every single time we bring it to you. I mean, look at this saving fee today. I love our pens, our Spectrum Noir. You're getting 60 pens. This is better than half price fee today. This is insatiable. Look at that. Pull that word up.
Insatiable?
Yeah, that's that. Swallowed a thesaurus. £60, $75. Better than half price. Club Inspire, £48, $60. You are spending, here in the UK, if you've got Club Inspire, you are spending over £25, so you're going to get that extra 5%. In the States, you get that 10% off because you're spending over $50, so it's going to be even cheaper. Even if you haven't got Club Inspire, you're paying price that one. You're getting the vibrant florals, the dual tones, vivid brights, woodland, and subtle pastels. An amazing collection to add. A final sizzle deal as well. Every Saturday we bring you these sizzle deals. This one is incredible. It's about your tools and resources. The essential toolkit for you today with the free brush tool and foam pad, which we'll be using a little bit later on when we get into our demos with myself. £19, $29.99. And remember, Club Inspire price of £15.99, $23.99. Loads of these, loads of you going crazy for the questions, for the Saturday Sizzle deals. Nadia Thompson on YouTube, that's a lot of glitter for that price of 90. It's 80 sheets, it's 80 sheets. That's mad crazy. Even for 80 sheets, you're paying for 4, you're getting 4 free. Louise Burton, Facebook, made my first card last night. Made one mistake, but not too bad. Thanks to Crafters TV for being there for me. Listen, Louise, email it to us. We'd love to see it. So it's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. I remembered it. Yes, look at me being show off.
Wow.
studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Let us know what you're saying. Tracy on YouTube, except on Wednesday, are you leaving as well, George? I'm not. I'm still here. Listen, guys, I'm not going anywhere, okay? I'm not as regular as Ben. That sounds weird.
Oh dear, get yourself some stirrup figs.
Get me some prunes. No, Ben's more, I just fill the gaps in. I'm not the supply teacher. When I'm in, it all goes to pot. I'm the cool supply teacher, as much as I've known Ben a long time. Laurie on YouTube, I'm back. I love the codes, but unfortunately my bank says no more. It may allow you for this one, because every Saturday we bring you a brand new goodie bag packed to the rafters of fantastic goodies. And look at that incredible price, £35, $45. Take an extra 5% off that on that price you're seeing because of that fantastic save spend 5. And if you've got Club Inspire, you're going to be paying a lot of less as well, £28, $36. Now, in comparison to usual, it's a bit smaller bag, but excuse me, it's not losing anything. You've got a lot of fantastic extras in here, a lot of faxes, a lot of mediums. Who uses a fax machine? If you use a fax machine, do let us know. I'm interested to see. So, I teased this earlier. Rock-a-blocks. Rock-a-block, baby, rock-a-blocks. They're in for you today. 2 rock-a-blocks. If you haven't seen the rock-a-blocks used for before, made for stamping, measuring 5 inches by 7 inches, and you've also got one that's 2.5 inches by 7 inches. Now, Lily, you like a rock-a-block. Allows you to get that perfect crisp stamp every single time. Now, you've also in here as well This is incredible. The stained glass effect squares are in there.
Now I'm quite happy about this. I'm happy. That's me done.
Because
I can't believe we've got them in a goodie bag.
I know, they sold out and they're back in stock.
Don't know where they've come from, but...
And do you know what we've done? We've just put them in the goodie bag for you. I mean, the price, like, you're getting about a 70% saving on this because the usual price for everything you're about to see is £139, $177. You're paying that price there, £35, $45. Remember, it's only for today. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Ooh.
Then we've also... glitter sprays out in here, two fantastic colours. You've got your summer meadow and you've also got your deep seashell pink shimmer sprays. Now, Lily, when would you use these in your crafting? Add a little bit of sparkle to you. Little sparkles.
Yeah, absolutely. These are absolutely gorgeous. So these are your shimmer sprays. You can use them for lots of different things. You can literally just spritz them onto some of your watercolour card to create a beautiful background. You can use them alongside your stencils. You can even pour a little bit into a paint palette and pick it up with a paintbrush, and you can even paint with them. They are absolutely fabulous. You're going to give that little bit of luxury to your projects with that gorgeous shimmer.
Absolutely. Glitter is in here as well for you today. You've got some fantastic glitter. The colour is, of course, your lotus flower. That is in there for you. Never go wrong. Now, there's also... I said there's a lot of mediums in here today. Gilding flakes are in here as well on that fantastic pretty pink. They are in there for you. I'm going to open this ever so.
Hopefully there's protective film on it, is all I'm going to say.
I'm not going to... Oh, there's a film on.
Oh, what a shame.
Why is everyone panicking? Eh?
He tried.
It's all over my desk.
Oh, no.
There it is. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, my goodness. Right, they are there for you as well in here. That is that wonderful pretty pink. That sounds like a great tribute act. And your final mixed media... I'm going to move all this...
Get rid.
Ink pads. Your duet ink pad. I mean... fruit pie.
Oh, fruit pie. Oh, I could have a fruit pie.
I've not heard of the fruit pie one before.
Fruit pie.
I'm going to just show you the colour of this. I don't think you can justify...
Oh, hey, oh.
Nope, I stay there forever. There you are. Fantastic fruit pie. Looks good enough to eat. Don't eat it. I'm begging you, please don't eat it. That is in there for you as well. Then, getting on some great stuff as well. In here, we've got a little bit of a die for you as well. A huge die, which is incredible. It is your love. It's in the air. And it's also an edgeable. Look at the size of that. 3 inches by 5.7 inches. Now, we've also... Oh my goodness. I thought we were getting towards the end. I've just looked in. There's loads more. Something's covering everything up.
You've
got a 6x6 paper pad.
Oh.
Here it is for you. The tiny treasures. Treasures?
Treasures.
I read it as tiny treasures. 6x6. I mean, there's some lovely paper pads in here. First birthdays, christenings, baby cards. My friend, by the way, if he's watching, his wife's water's just broke.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very exciting. He's gone back to work.
Oh dear.
I'm like, mate, come on, back to birth. They're both paramedics, so it doesn't really, they're not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
they're not bothered. Tiny treasures, that's in there for you as well. Then, vellums, 8x8 inches on the majestic unicorn. I love a bit of vellum. Will we see this? Because after we've looked at this, by the way, myself and Lily Fletcher are going to be doing some crafting on the hoof. Look at that.
Lovely, seamless. Absolutely seamless.
We're going to be doing some craft. Oh, do you know what? I didn't even think about the unicorn.
Did you not?
No.
Oh.
I'm just that good, ladies and gentlemen.
He does it subconsciously now. The jokes come out without him even thinking about it.
Genius,
it's a subconscious reflex.
Let me get there's still a stack of stuff in here. We're heading to Vegas, people. It's your vintage Vegas. That's in there for you as well. Fantastic Royal Flush stamp and die set. Then you're looking at the... My eyesight's terrible. I read this as Dirty Dragonfly, like Dirty Dancing. It's Dainty Dragonfly. This is a humongous die in here. It's about the size of the card that you're seeing on the screen. You've got the wonderful outline die, and you've also got that as well. Then we're heading to the loving couple. Again, another... Is this an edgeable or is it a...
It's like a hybrid of an edgeable and a credit card.
Okay, I love this. Again, another humongous die in here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this, my next piece I'm about to show you, in fact, I'm going to send it to the last piece. Woodland Explorer. Again, fantastic, maybe. It's not a squirrel going to Vegas, it's an owl.
Owl goes to Vegas.
That's in there for you, and a stamp as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is worth the goodie bag alone.
Okay.
It's a die you are going to use time and time again. Ladies and gentlemen, square nesting dies are in here for you as well. If you've if you've not used a nesting die before, this is going to be a staple within your crafting collection. 14 squares. So you can see it here on the back of the packaging, going all the way down, so you can create some fantastic matte layers. This is, I can't believe it's in the goodie bag for you. That is it. I mean, Lily, how many times do you use nesting dies?
Oh my goodness, they are literally an essential. We use them day in, day out, and those are the brand new ones. They launched just like last October, and you know the fact we've got those. Sorry, I'm pointing at you guys. I'm getting very excited. I'll just put my finger down. The fact that you get those fantastic stained glass effect squares, they actually match up size-wise alongside those nesting dies. So my goodness me, I can't believe you've got those in a goodie bag. I'm excited. You know what? Come on over. I'm excited.
I'm coming over because if you don't know this, we've got this brand new goodie bag. So every Saturday we bring you another goodie bag, and this is for you here today. Now, I am very tall.
I know. I look very small, don't I? Hello.
Hello. We're on one. There we are, on one. This goodie bag, every Saturday we bring you a brand new goodie bag. End of the show, it will have gone. You've got that 24 hours to get it. But remember as well, you've got 5% off extra if you spend over £25, which you are going to be doing, or $25, regardless of your Club Inspire price or your normal price. You're going to get an extra 5% off that anyway. And as well, you've also got 10% off if you're spending over £50 or dollars. So, myself and Lily, every Saturday, what we do once we've looked at the fantastic goodie bag is we have a bit of a crafting on the hoof. And what we do is we start crafting. We don't really know, you don't know what's in the goodie bag, do you? This is the first time you see the goodie bag. This is the first time we've looked at it. We're going to make something for you live on air right now. What do you want me to do for you, Jamie? Still want to wear a stand? Okay, you try and make it look really pretty, aren't you, on the screen? Just, I'm telling you, try and do it discreetly. I don't care. I am as subtle as a rock. Listen, Lynn said on YouTube, Lily should be able to make something amazing with this goodie bag.
It's not just me making though, is it, Lynn? Come on now.
Guess who's back? Right, what are you thinking?
Right, I'm thinking we use these two together because after all, our square nesting die is going to work perfectly. Oh no, it's a new one. It's sealed. I'm going to have to open it. The nesting die is going to work perfectly with those. So I wonder if you're leading this.
No. Listen,
do you know what? You've led me down a hole here. You just asked me, and you know full well it's meant to be you.
You just took it without the bag and went, yeah, I'm all ready. Right, what are you thinking?
Right, come on. Well, you tell me what you think.
I think we should use these and these and put them together, and that should make something for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I also thought that this paper pad might work.
So can I ask a question? What are the stained glass effects?
Well, get them open. Let's have a look.
Oh my God. So these were launched on the birthday and sold out on the launch. You can't actually buy these separately on the website. So what?
Let's go some.
They're plastic, aren't
So
they?
it's acetate. You know how we're going to be talking about acetate later? This is like printed acetate.
It's like we thought about this. It's like somebody in the office has thought about this.
I know, because obviously we didn't know what was in the goodie bag, so it's all just sort of happened, hasn't it?
And there's some made Christian cards. Do you know what this worked really well with? The sentiments for funerals. You know, the...
Oh, the...
No, sympathy sets. What are you laughing at? I know what I meant. You all know what I meant. With sympathy sentiments.
With sympathy.
Yeah.
Right, you can see all the designs in the back, so it's up to you. Choose.
I want the bee.
The bee?
Yeah.
We'll have a little look through, like a pack of cards, and they all have your little protective tissue between them, just so they don't get damaged.
That's amazing. Do they have, you know, we were talking about protective film earlier?
They don't actually on these.
So they don't have film on these?
No,
There's
they
the
don't.
bee.
There's a
I'll
little
put these back in
bumblebee.
the box because this is awesome. Saucers.
Right, so we've got these open.
I don't like that paper pad with that bee.
Right, well, come on then.
What do you know?
What we're going to do for a back? Oh no, it's not ideal, is it really?
No, this is what it's about.
This is what we've got.
Do you know what a lot of you say about this goodie bag? When I said to you it was a bit smaller, I think everyone's a little bit worried, but...
Oh no.
The bee...
That's a bit naff, that, isn't it? Putting them two together, let's be honest.
This is what it's all about.
Can't be the bee in the night, a nighttime bee.
You don't see any nighttime bees, that's ridiculous.
You know you don't. A bee learning its
What about you put it with a bee?
Well...
We're doing the letter pad.
Do it right, well, it's your project.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, then that's what we do.
Okay.
So, I'm going to have to... I'll fetch us a piece of white card and black card.
You can always use the back of it. Thanks, Nicola.
It's true.
Thanks.
Right, let's get us some white card and some black card. I'm thinking we do our card base from white.
Yeah.
So, the idea with your nesting dies is there should be a square. I'm not sure if it's the beast one, but we'll soon see.
Well, it must be, it's a brand new set.
There you go.
Oh,
It will fit. So if you cut an aperture into your white,
yeah,
and then you can pop, or if you want to, if we're going to use this one, we'll cut an aperture into the centre of there.
Yeah, and then do it.
And then you put your bee behind. Yeah?
But would you not want it to be white behind the bee?
Well, that's why we're going to cut an aperture in
I'll
that.
show them.
No, it's all right.
No, I know what I mean.
So we'll put an aperture into that, and then we'll stick it onto our white behind. So that'll be against the white. Yes.
I get you.
Right. Are you confident with taping that down?
I don't know.
Come on.
I need the B in there, because otherwise this is like ridiculous.
Or do you want to, would you rather, so obviously what's in the centre is going to be cut away, right? Yeah? So that's going to be gone.
Oh.
Do you know do you understand what I'm saying?
It's fine. It's
Do you
fine.
want to pop it in the centre?
Like that.
Or do you want to cut it down first? That choice is yours.
No, we'll leave it like that.
Okie doke. Right.
I'm into crafting, but I'm very lazy as well.
Well, I know. I'll rip off your tape and everything.
you.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But like, do you know what people were talking about earlier? I was saying, it's a smaller goodie bag, but
Remember to try and tape on the waist.
Yes, Mum.
Yes,
but
you're
what
welcome.
you get in your goodie bag is really incredible.
It is.
Incredible items. Right, remind me of the plate combination, please.
Right, so you're going to need your cutting plate on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then die facing into that. Die facing into that. There you go.
Yeah.
Got there in the end. And
Is
then
that a cutting plate?
Yes.
Okay.
As you can see, all the cuts in it.
Okay.
And then because it's just a simple nesting die, we'll go in with that one. Our
Plastic
frosted.
shim, yep.
We're going to omit the magnetic. That was a bit brutal, but yeah, get rid of that and then that. Let's go.
And with the plastic shims, these ones, it doesn't matter which way they go.
No.
Okay. And then that goes in the machine.
Yep. Hey!
Teamwork
Right.
makes the dream work.
Certainly does. So I'll fetch us a trimmer.
Chantel,
Ability.
George, use it as a baby card for your mate and his wife. Yes!
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're going to have to hope that they call the baby B.
It's a girl.
Is it a girl? It could be B.
I don't know what they did tell me the name.
Oh,
but I weren't
it's
listening.
not B.
I was in the
Is it
pub.
Bussy?
I was in the pub.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
And pork scratch. Not with herbs.
Pork scratch. Oh.
Love pork scratches. Right.
Right, so let's be... this needs a delicate touch now, which is why it's going to be handed over to me.
Look at these fingers.
They're workers' hands. So.
These are workers' hands. I used to use hand cream on these bad boys.
Oh, how
On
lovely.
these little digits.
Those little digits.
You know, to carry my nails paint. They look awful in the light. Them, don't they? Look at them. Oh.
Workers' hands.
What's wrong with my colour?
What is wrong with
Very
you?
pink.
I don't think they look too
Very
pink.
porky.
Oh, don't be hard on yourself.
But these nesting dice, I mean, I just can't believe this goodie bag.
I know, I genuinely can't believe it's in here. Right, so, what are we thinking? I mean, it definitely doesn't work against the black.
No, it has to be the
We
white.
definitely need it against the white. So do
Yeah.
we think? We have that, something like that?
Yeah, perfect.
We like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah? So, if this is 6 by 6, we'll trim our white to about 6 by 6.
Do we do this?
Yes, go on then.
I might fold it in half.
No, because this will just, what we'll do is we'll pop it onto white and then we'll give it a border of black, I think.
Okay.
So I'll need a couple more pieces of
So
white.
what size am I doing?
Let's do 5 3/4.
5 3/4. Sorry, so that's 6. That's 5 3/4, isn't it?
It's one box under 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to do it quite so slowly.
I'm sorry,
You haven't got all day.
I'm just very panicky about myself. I'm not as
No?
confident.
Oh, you'll be fine. It doesn't need to be perfect anyway. This is just going behind, so just a bit skew
I
with.
think you find it has to be perfect if I'm
Well,
doing it.
all right, you've got very exacting standards, I know. So let's see how this is working. There you go, that's working quite nice.
Lovely.
Then I think for this one, should we have a border of black?
Yes.
So let's pop that onto black. Something a bit like that, do we
Yeah,
think?
and what size that want to be?
So that's going to be, so this is 6 by 6, so we'll go half a square over 6.
So 6 1/4.
6 1/8.
Yep.
If you think about it, if a square,
I'm rubbish with inches.
if a
What's up with everybody?
whole, so a whole square is,
Don't put your arm there. That's really scaring me. 6 1/4.
if a whole square is a quarter, half a square.
I'm lethal with this thing.
Oh dear. Right, let's have a little look, see if that's looking all right.
Panic, yeah. I'm sweating.
There you
care,
go.
I just don't want it
That's
to-
looking about all right. Then all we obviously need to do is,
But you can use that as well. I mean, the nesting dies. I love nesting dies.
I'm glad.
Oh, so excited.
Right, are you confident using this? I'll use it then.
Lynn's just said, don't forget to take the protective film off the Acetate B. There isn't any protective
I
film.
don't think there is one on there.
I'm going to double check. I don't think there is. Because I think the paper between it, like Lily said, there is paper. Unless someone's going to tell us, no, actually, George and Lily, you are wrong.
I've been using them wrong for the past 6 months.
But I don't think there is an
I don't think there is.
Hence, it wouldn't have the paper in between it.
Yeah, I don't think, I might be wrong. If anybody at home knows otherwise, please let us know, but I don't think
I
there
mean,
is.
it's very frosted, though. Should it be clear?
Well, obviously it's a printed, so it's a bit different.
Okay.
I don't think there is, but...
I cut my nails.
Oh, you
Did
need
see
your
on the
nails
packaging?
doing?
I did them this morning. I cut my nails.
Oh, a little manicure.
There is a protective film.
There is? Oh, my, well, I've been using them wrong for the past...
You
hour.
even said this morning. You went, look there, there's protective film.
What a plonker.
Well, I didn't want to. I was going to
Well.
say something a bit worse. Is it on both sides?
Well, I don't know. You find out for us. Let's have a look.
Would it only be on one side? It just feel.
Filmy.
You know, like one side now feels a bit different.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh,
at
this
home.
is riveting view. And while he's doing that, shall I stick
You
those two
do what
together?
you need to do.
Do what I need to do. Right, I'll stick these two together then. All we've done with our trimmer there is we've just gutted the centre out of that. So, obviously, we've just got our black at the very edges of this piece.
I don't think there's a film.
I can't believe that.
Crafty, not grafted by Hillary. There's a protective film on one side. I've done that.
Side.
Thank you. Thank you. This is why I love you guys at home.
Blimey,
Help us out because honestly.
Because we need it, don't we? Clearly.
Need it massive. I didn't realise. Lily,
I've been using them wrong the whole time.
Well.
Do you want to stick that down or shall I?
Yeah, you know, what am I doing?
Yeah, yes, no, maybe.
What have you done there? Why
Don't you worry.
Are you
This
going
is
to
where
cover
this.
it? As long as
Yes.
you're going flush with the inner bit.
No, it needs to be just with the outside, so just make sure there's an even border around the outside.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Do you want some tacky glue on the back?
No, I'll let you do it.
Right, okay.
No, it's not.
It's just I'm trying to work out this.
That is true.
And
We
then
should
what-
name the show the Old Married Couple Show, sorry, on YouTube.
It was
Thanks.
somebody said last week it sounded like we've been married for 50 years, which is when we were probably in our 70s, which was
Thanks.
quite worrying. Well,
Love you on
thank
YouTube, George. I love your excitement. I don't know if it's excitement. And Lily
Fear.
craft together very well. Fear, yes.
Fear, terror. That's looking all right, I think.
Yeah.
And then that will go onto the
And
inside.
how are we going to glue this? I know we're going to do acetate later because we've got it coming up.
Well, we'll
in
do the card base first.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting giddy.
You are getting carried away. Is that
Okay.
looking all right
That
for
looks
you?
lovely. It look,
Okay.
do you know what? I'm glad someone said
Oh,
about the
no.
film. But I didn't think...
It does look a lot better now,
They look a
doesn't
bit
it?
dull, these things. I'm going to go back to these stained glass. A little bit dull. Like the
Does make
stained
a
glasses,
difference.
the stained windows haven't been cleaned for a few
Oh
years.
dear. Right, so let's make our card base. So we're only going to use our A4 card because quite frankly it's all we've got. So
Yeah.
bring back in the old guillotine.
Betty Weaver on
Bring it in.
YouTube, the goodie bag purchased, even though all I really want is a stained glass effect.
Do you know what? Honestly, it's worth it. It's worth
It's the
it.
only way you
So
can get them at the minute. And the dye, the nesting dyes in there, there's a lot of consumables in there as well.
that's
the
what we
glitter
like.
glues and the rose gold stuff. Flakes, thank
I'll
you.
do it the George.
What am I doing?
So for this one we'll go 6.5 square.
6.5 square. So is that one? Or is it that one? Do I need to pull the extender arm
No,
out?
no, not for this one. 6.5.
What's
it's
your
that
arm?
one.
I'm sorry, Jamie, I'm trying. Which one am I going, my love?
6.5, that's it.
That one there?
Yes.
You sure? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You know what you're doing. Right, okay.
Do I? Clearly not with the stained glass windows.
Hey, listen.
Oh dear.
But they haven't been here that often. We've not used them that long.
Well, true, they did sell out pretty quick.
Is it square I'm doing?
Yep, square, so 6.5 inch. And then for our second piece, it's going to be 6.5
Yeah.
by 7.
6. Oh, do I need to pull the ruler out?
Right, your arm.
Okay. 6.5 by 7, did you say?
Yes.
6.5. What did you have for your lunch, by the way?
What did I have for my lunch? I had a bagel for my lunch.
Calm yourself.
I know, very exciting, I know.
I had microwave rice and mackerel.
Oh, not
I
again.
love fish out of tin.
Oh my
Tinned
gosh.
fish is underrated, by the way.
Ugh.
The world would run a lot better on tinned fish.
The world. Would it help the Earth turn on its axis?
You want my love?
Would it help the Earth turn on its axis
Yeah,
if
if
it
you
had
want.
more tin fish? Right. There we go, there's our scoreboard,
Yeah.
your favourite little tool there.
Yeah.
So where's the one that's 7? Right, so on the one that's 7 inch, all
Yeah.
we're going to do, or all you're going to do,
Yeah.
is you're just going to score that at 1/2 inch.
1/2 inch.
Yes, you are.
Okay, which is that big line there.
Yes.
Yep, sorry, I realised
I've
that's
managed to pull
right.
myself out, give me a second.
You walk, you don't hear what's happening.
I've managed to pull my wire out.
We're just,
Hello.
We're just talking about
I don't know how I managed to do that. What,
Right, so
what a
that's
silly
done.
Billy.
And then
Right.
Burmish?
Burmish, I'll take that, don't
Yeah.
you worry.
And am I
give
going that way or that way?
I tend to go that way.
Okay, like a little hoof. But have you not like... Right, so I can ask a question about this. Can I ask a question about this, please? So we've
Scored.
scored it there, so it's,
Yeah.
it's divoted in there, it's debossed.
Yep.
But would you know, is that not where the fold is, or is the fold easy?
I tend to fold the other way. So when you've
Okay.
got your depression in that way, I tend to go
Yeah.
go
Okay,
that
I
way.
get it. What am I working with? Emily Rapson on YouTube.
Hello.
I wasn't concentrating as I was tidying. Can you show the goodie bag again when you have time, please, George?
Oh,
of course,
we
I
will.
will.
Of course we
we'll
will.
recap it because honestly, this is incredible.
Certainly is.
It's
Right.
a great bag. I thought last week was my favourite bag.
I know this one might be my favourite.
This is every week's my favourite. Every week's my new favourite one.
Next week.
Yeah, not here next week.
So what we need to do for this one is pop your tape on the hinge and then you'll stick them together Card base.
Amazing.
Done. Easy as that. There you go.
Easy as peas.
In a pod.
Do you know what I think's underrated?
Peas.
Frozen veg.
Yeah, I do.
I can't.
Oh, you've not broken this again, have you?
The tape pen.
Oh, I was just using it. There you go. Shall I pop the tape on and
Yeah.
you can do the sticking? There we go.
Please.
It's like when you're crafting with children, you can't let them use the glue.
Children.
Children,
I
yes.
pay council tax now. I bought a TV licence the other day.
You've only just bought your first TV licence.
But I've not been using a TV, you see, so I've not bothered.
Oh, dear.
Right. Sorry, I just
Do you want
want...
me to pop a bit of tacky glue on there?
No,
for
no,
you?
no.
No? There, do it. Go on, give it a Keith. Slam the counter.
How dare you? How dare you? I love Keith.
It's a compliment, being like Keith. There we go.
I've got
Definitely
short sleeves
stuff.
on like Keith today.
Does Keith? Oh, he does wear short sleeves, doesn't he?
I thought I just wanted to put his shirt on.
There you go.
Great, and then we're
Card
just going to stick everything onto it.
Yeah. So, I've started doing that now.
All right,
I don't know where
Keith.
that's come from.
Keith the Tit.
Keith, that. Do you know what? We cut that. We didn't even need
Why
that
did
now.
you... Yeah, we don't need the white card, do we?
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. We can
Fool.
use that for some. Well, that in there, that on there.
Yeah.
So let's work out the best way to get this centred. So we're going to stick down the acetate first.
Okay, go on. Go on, lift it, lift it.
What am I lifting now?
Yeah, and then...
It's going off here.
Then you know where to put it, in the middle of the card. Now you know where it needs to go.
Yes.
Great, off you go.
Right. Okay. So where's the tape?
Tape pen, of course.
Tape pen. So because it's printed.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've got a sticky mark. That's definitely Craig from last night. You can't really see that,
No,
can
you'll
you?
be fine.
Because it's printed, so we should be all right. I mean, look at the state of that. What I'll be doing is I'll pop in this glass mat on his desk from when. I won't really.
Yeah, he hasn't got a desk, though.
No, he hasn't got a desk.
Break into his house and put it in his
Yeah,
room.
probably not going to go to quite those lengths, but right. So.
Oh, your nails aren't like this tinfoil. They're actually sparkly.
Told you they're nothing like tin foil.
No, but on the camera over
Do they
there,
actually look like
they look
tinfoil?
very tinfoily.
Oh, can you imagine if I just wrapped tin foil around my nails?
A lot of you are jumping on for the Make It Saturday goodie bags. I don't know how many of these are available, by the way.
Probably not enough.
So there's under 100 of these left, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're wanting to get this, I wouldn't mess around. You remember, you're getting the code 5% off $25 save spend 5. If you're spending over £50, $50, you can get 10% off by save spend 10. It's fine. Here it is. You can multi-use this as well. And listen, we think it's across the entire site, so just use it, spend it.
Fill your boots, quite frankly.
You
Fill
saw
your
what happened
boots.
last week.
Oh gosh, yeah, we did.
Did we get in trouble for that, by the way?
No. I'm not going to lie, I did tell somebody, but they didn't seem to mind.
Oh, you little snitch. We said about snitches.
No, not in...
Snitches get stitches.
Not in that sort of way. I was like, oh, just to let you know. That's looking all right.
Lovely.
Come on, use your long nails to peel the back
Can I have the pocket tool, please?
Pocket tool.
Thank you.
Go on.
So while I'm doing that, Lily, just remind us quickly, what else have we got in this goodie bag for the wonderful
so
people at home?
We've got our stained glass effect squares that we've just looked at. We've got our nesting dies.
Remember, that's
that you
the
just
only
looked at.
way you can buy them, by the way, the stained glass. They are sold out on the website.
And then you've got your rock... Ooh, what am I doing? This one? I'm all of a tizzy. What are we doing? Rocker blocks. So you're getting a set of your 2 clear rocker blocks there. You get your nice large one and your nice thin one that's great for your borders and your sentiments. That is included as part of your goodie bag. You're getting your Tiny Treasures 12x12 paper pad, not 12x12, 6x6. It's also featuring this demo, this beautiful card that George is making.
It's fantastic.
With such finesse. You've got all your lovely designs within that paper pad. That one is included. Then you're also getting, in terms of your stamps and dies, you're getting your You're a Hoot, little owl die there that comes alongside its coordinating sentiment stamp.
Oh, sorry.
Then next up, as part of
I didn't pull off the entire bit of paper.
As part of your Valentine's half creator card dies, you've got your loving couple die there, a really large die, just under 6x6 inch in size with that one. And then you get your lovely, as George called it, your dirty dragonfly. Your dainty dragonfly, that is included. It's about 5x7 inches in size. 2 different dies in there. I was thinking more dirty Diana, but the song. Yeah. Then you've got your vellum, your beautiful majestic unicorn pack of vellum there. That is included as part of your collection. 24 sheets in that one, 8x8 inches in size. And as part of your vintage Vegas collection, you've got your royal flush stamps and dies in that one. Then you've also got a lovely edgeable die here, which is your gorgeous Lovies in the Air, part of our Lovebirds collection. And then you've got a duet ink pad. This one is your, I tell you what we'll do, this is where it's all coming together. This piece of white paper, this is what it's for. Not really, but we can pretend it was. I can show you the colour on this this paper. So how gorgeous is that? So you've got that beautiful fruit pie colour,
Sparkle.
and you've got that lovely shimmer on there. Absolutely gorgeous. And with them being our colour blooms, and we will have a little look at some of our regular colour blooms. I'm coming back, don't you worry.
She's coming back.
I'm coming back. I'm just trying to find a spritzer.
What you got?
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
So if you spritz these with water, then it will sort of bleach out in different colours. So if you were, well, there's not much water in there, so you can start to see like the blue tones and the purple and the pink tones are starting to, wrong way Lily, starting to come out of there in the centre where you start to add the water. Obviously it's a little bit messy, but you can see the sort of idea with that one. So that's included as part of your goodie bag as well. And then some more goodies in terms of your mediums. You have got your pretty pink gilding flakes. You have got your gorgeous glitter.
That's what this card needs.
Come on,
No, I'm joking, because it'll go everywhere.
And then you've got a couple of your shimmer sprays. These are absolutely beautiful, packed full of your shimmer on these. Green, go on.
I'm going to do it in the inside, though.
On the inside?
Yeah.
Where are you going to write it?
Well, why can you not write on these?
Well, yeah, but it's going to detract from it a little bit. Well,
It's going to add to it, is what it's going to do.
Okay. Well, I put my full creative trust in you.
Okay, I can't.
Rightly or wrongly.
Hang on. And we can see what. But I mean, that is the goodie bag, and it is a brilliant goodie bag, a brilliant price. $45, £35. And that can be yours today. I know we're pushed for time, and I'm getting carried away with myself. Because after this, we are. Yes, please. After this, we are going to be doing your craft clinic.
Oh,
A
we've
lot
had a lot
of questions about acetate.
Fantastic.
Because we were, we thought maybe this won't be a big thing. Right, I'm going to.
We didn't think that.
I'm joking.
We knew you guys would love it.
Right, what do I do?
Don't you be spraying that on me.
Right, what do I do? Just spray it on the card?
Yeah.
Oh,
There he goes.
there it is. Excited. The baby is going to love this, peoples. Just leave it to dry.
Yes.
But I want to show them the front of my card.
Well, you just...
Could
You
you
could
tool
heat tool it.
We won't. But
We
there
won't.
is our fantastic card. Do it on the other
That's not too bad, that, you know.
That is lovely.
I've seen worse.
It looks amazing. The bee is buzzing into life for the wonderful Dan and Abby, who my friend water's just broke. Both paramedics, and he's the plumber.
Is he a
Yeah.
paramedic and a plumber? Sounds like the man of dreams.
They're not paying him enough for the NHS. So, that is what we can make possible with this fantastic Make It Saturday goodie bag. Listen, only under 100 of these available today. 84 of these are just available. So if you're wanting to get these, I wouldn't sit around, because once they've gone, they've gone. It's the only place you're going to get the stained glass effect windows. Logie, loving it. Got yours ordered, says Kathy. And Chantel say, I dare you to put that on Craig's desk.
I would if Craig had a desk.
That's
Unfortunately,
true.
Craig's not been promoted to having his own desk yet.
Break it into his house. Listen, we will see you back here when it's the Crafty Clinic, all about acetate. See you shortly.
I love Crafters TV, not for their amazing products, but for other reasons. Firstly would be the community. Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world. It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other. Learning inspiration comes from the demonstrators. It doesn't matter if you're experienced or new, the demonstrators will always explain and help, so we can get the best from the Crafters Companion's amazing products. But most important reason is the personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators. For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family. And for me, this is the most meaningful. I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Missed your favourite Crafters TV shows this week? Feel like you've missed out on the best crafting deals? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Join us for Second Chance Sunday, your ultimate catch-up on the top 10 deals, demos and must-see moments from the past week. From incredible discounts to inspiring crafting, this is your second chance to grab the best of the best. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Tune in to Second Chance Sunday, only on Crafters TV. Because every crafter deserves a second chance.
Put there.
You do know this isn't a real door, don't you?
Hello everyone.
I'm here in my happy place, should I say messy place, Crafters TV, another favourite place where I can chat and have many a giggle with like-minded people from all over the world. The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented and has helped me to achieve some fabulous projects. I've learnt so much. I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo. I love it all. Thank you. Bye.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
Yes, welcome back to Make It Saturday here on Crafters TV. My name is George Akid. Hey, listen, what a fantastic show. Where is the time going? And that fantastic Make It Saturday goodie bag, a lot of you getting those. I think if you don't get it now, you may be a little bit disappointed. Donna on YouTube, hello from Florida. I really love watching you two together. I look forward to Make It Saturday. Oh, XOXO, she's put. Oh. Now, it is all about the Craft Clinic. Every Saturday, we open the doors to the Craft Clinic and we answer your questions on a particular crafting topic. Today, it's all about acetate. Now, we've just been using acetate in the Make It Saturday goodie bag because the stained glass windows are available within the goodie bag today. So, acetate, Lily. I mean, to me, I think of acetate, I think of clear see-through, but I mean, the stained glass windows are acetate. So, tell us just a little bit about acetate.
Well, there are lots of different forms of acetate that we work with in our crafty stash. The main ones are probably going to be, first of all, our heat-resistant acetate. Now, a lot of them will look similar. The main differentiating factor in the way that they look and feel is the strength and the thickness. Now, with your heat-resistant acetate, as the name suggests, this is heat-resistant, which means you can use it with things like your foiling systems, like your foil press, or you can be using it alongside your heat embossing. So if you're using your watermark ink pads alongside some of your embossing powders, that's how you can be using your heat-resistant acetate. And what it'll make sure is when you add that heat by use of your heat tool, it's not going to shrivel and wrinkle. It'll still stay in perfect condition. So that's our heat-resistant acetate. We also have our heavyweight acetate. Now, our heavyweight acetate is fantastic because it allows us to do lots of different construction projects with our heavyweight acetate. So by comparing both of them next to each other, you can see your heat-resistant in this case is a little bit thinner, whereas your heavyweight acetate is a lot stronger. It's going to hold its shape, so it's going to be great for lots of different construction projects. You can be using it for creating your apertures in your card bases and popping this behind to give it strength. You can be using it to actually score and construct. So, for example, you can create your boxes from this sort of acetate. And it's really great all-round acetate that's nice and strong, but you wouldn't be using this one with your heat-based medium. This is more for your heavyweight applications. Then alongside these two sort of main uses of acetate, we also have a printable acetate. So if you've got a printer that can actually print onto acetate and you're using something like our digital download papers, you can actually print out onto your acetate and that ink will dry onto the acetate without smudging. Then we also have things like our specialist acetates, like you've just seen with our fantastic stained glass window effect acetate. We also have foiled and printed acetate. So lots and lots of different ideas you can do with the acetate. But I have already talked about your heat embossing, but something else you can do with your acetate is you can actually do your embossing using your embossing folders. So I've got some of our heavyweight acetate, and I know I've still got the protective film on this. There's a protective film just on one side of our heavyweight acetate. So just find which side that film is on and just gently peel that back, and that reveals that lovely clear glossy acetate without the film on. Then I've got a 3D embossing folder here. This is just one of our lovely carved wood embossing folders, nice and detailed with being a 3D embossing folder. I'm going to place our acetate inside just like we would with if we're embossing paper or cardstock. We'll pop our cutting plate down first, and with it being a 3D embossing folder, We'll then add our magnetic shim, and finally we'll pop our plastic shim over the top, and then we can just run that through our embossing machine like our Gemini 2. So it's exactly the same plate combination as if you were using paper or cardstock, just we're using our acetate instead, which is going to give us a totally different look and feel as opposed to using something like your cardstock. So we take our design out of our embossing folder. You can see there you get that beautiful embossed design. You can see if we just tilt that on your embosser, you get an incredible deep emboss, and it's just as gorgeous on the deboss as well as the emboss. Now that's a 3D embossing folder, but you can do exactly the same using your 2D embossing folder. So just using a slightly different embossing folder here onto your acetate. Once again, just change that plate combination so it's your 2 cutting plates with it being a 2D embossing folder. But how cool is that? That's just one of the super cool ways you can use your acetate in your crafting to actually emboss using your embossing folders.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, acetate, it's one of them it's sort of forgotten medium that you can use within crafting. So, a lot of questions. I remember, by asking a question, even just by commenting, you've entered yourself into that prize draw. We're announcing our first winner very, very soon. There's going to be some vouchers. It's the simplest competition. Julie Palmer on YouTube. Can you tell me the plate combination for cutting acetate, please?
Julie, that is an absolutely fantastic question. It's a question we get time and time again. Now, acetate is a little bit tricky, and it's not tricky in the fact that it's a thick medium. It's tricky because cardstock is basically ideal for die cutting. The way that a die works, when it cuts a cardstock, what happens is it actually separates the fibres of that cardstock. Now, with acetate effectively being a plastic, there's no fibres within there for it actually to separate. So it can be a little bit tricky in terms of getting it to cut. I wouldn't recommend a super detailed die. You will struggle cutting a super detailed die using acetate. However, if you've got things like nesting dies, basic shape dies, then it should still cut an absolute dream. Now, I'd start off with your sort of typical plate combination for a standard die. So I'd start off with your cutting plate there. If you imagine this is our cardstock with our die, we'd pop that into there, and then you'd go in with your other plates, which is your frosted shim, your magnetic, and your cutting plate. Now, you may find that because of the nature of acetate, that won't actually cut through. And what some people will do at this point is they'll just mix it up a little bit. So where you've got your die, so imagine your die is facing into your acetate there, they'd pop their magnetic shim onto that surface. Now, my top tip when it comes to cutting acetate, I actually pop between the die and the acetate, I'll pop a piece of copy paper, not cardstock, just nice thin copy paper, and that should help the acetate to cut. So either go in with your metal shim just next to the die, so you're cutting into the metal, so metal on metal, or add a piece of copy paper next to the die and the acetate, and that will, because the fibres within that paper, it will help it to cut a little bit more. So hopefully that helps.
Absolutely. I do not help it. A lot of people are loving that embossing that you've just done with the acetate. Laurie on YouTube, I love this technique. I love the way it looks. And Diane on Facebook, that looks awesome. So a question from Sandra. I have a problem cutting my acetate. Any tips, please? Thanks. So just any general, I mean, that one, the paper may help. Any other ones that you may have?
So I'm wondering if you're referring to die cutting, hopefully those tips will have helped you. In terms of your guillotine or your trimmer, you need to make sure you've got a lovely sharp blade onto your guillotine or your trimmer. If you find your blade is a little bit dull, as can happen over time, just get yourself a piece of aluminium foil and just give that a few cuts using your trimmer or guillotine, and that will help sharpen the blade. A top tip as well when it comes to cutting anything using your guillotine, you've got on our guillotine at the side there, you've got that metal bar. What you want to be doing, instead of sort of cutting straight down, when you pull that lever down, you want to try and angle it and cut slightly inwards as well. And what that will mean is that you've got that metal on metal contact every single time you're using your trimmer, which will make sure that you're self-sharpening that blade every time. So hopefully that helps. If you're using scissors, nice sharp pair of scissors. If you're using a trimmer or a guillotine, make sure it's lovely and sharp, and it should still cut an absolute dream.
Amazing. Em's books are everywhere on YouTube. Do you take the protective film off the acetate before cutting?
That's a good question. Everyone does it slightly differently. I find personally, I tend to take the protective film off first, because that way then I know that it's a little bit thicker. There's a little bit less of a challenge for that trimmer or that die or whatever it might be to cut through. So I tend to remove it first. I'd say if you're die cutting, I would definitely remove that protective film. But otherwise, if you're just using your paper trimmer or guillotine, it is pretty much personal preference. But my preference is to remove that film first.
Perfect. Trudy on YouTube, what media is not recommended for acetate?
Oh, that's a very good question. So the thing about acetate is a non-porous medium. So when we talk about a porous medium, we're thinking of like a cardstock, something that will take and drink the ink. Whereas with the acetate, it is a non-porous medium. So in terms of if you want to be adding colour to your acetate, you've got to be a little bit more careful in terms of what you can add to the acetate, and it will actually dry on the surface. So for example, any sort of water-based medium, it will struggle to dry onto your acetate. So something like a aqua marker is never going to dry on acetate. It's just going to wipe off no matter how long you leave it to dry. So if you want to add colour onto your acetate, I would be using something like an alcohol marker. These are permanent markers that will go onto lots and lots of different surfaces, including acetate. So grab yourself something like your Classiques, it could be your Tri-Blends, it could be your Illustrators. Any of those permanent marker style pens will go onto acetate. Same sort of idea with our metallic paint markers. Those are multi-surface, so they will also go onto your acetate. So anything that's water-based is a bit of a no-go, but anything that's permanent like alcohol markers is good to go in terms of acetate, and you can create lots of amazing effects when you start to colour your own acetate.
Absolutely. The wonderful Nadia asks, what is the best ink to stamp onto acetate so it doesn't smudge?
That's a very good question. Now, in our Spectrum Noir range here at Crafters Companion, we don't have a specific ink pad that will actually dry onto acetate. Unfortunately, all of them will rub off. If you've got yourself a Stays-On in your Crafty stash, another brand of ink pad, that's been designed to use on your non-porous surfaces as well, so that will work. However, if you are using our ink pads that we've got in our range here at Crafters Companion, what I'd say is I'd get yourself a piece of your heat-resistant acetate. I'd be using either my watermarked translucent ink pad, or I'd be using one of my pigment ink pads, and then I'd be setting it by adding some of your embossing powder, clear or coloured, over the top there, and that will give you that lovely stamp and emboss. So in terms of our ink pads, you're going to have to emboss it, or if you've got a Stays-On in your Crafty stash, then that will work a treat as well.
Absolutely. I'd love to create on YouTube. Which from the acetate is printable? So will it go into a laser printer is the question.
So nice and easy question. I don't know if we've got this in stock at the moment, but the printable acetate is the one that's called printable acetate. So as simple as that, we've got our heavyweight that's literally just called heavyweight acetate. Could not be simpler. We have got our fantastic heat resistant, it's also called heat resistant, and then our printable acetate. So it will, any acetate, whether it's our brand or another brand, if it's printable, it should say in the name, it'll be called your printable acetate.
Thank you very much. I didn't realise that. I was just thinking of back in school in the UK, you have assemblies where you were singing.
Yes.
And you'd have the overhead projector, and you'd have the acetate on there with all the song lyrics,
yes.
and you'd have to move the song. I was the OHP monitor,
Ooh.
and you'd move the song lyrics up and down so people could read all the lyrics while they were singing along.
Wow.
We knew how to live. The wonderful Justice Lee on YouTube, Canned Beans. Can heat-resistant acetate be used for the foil press or only heat embossing?
Anything that's hot, anything that's heated, you should be all right with using that. So if you want to use it on your foil press, that's absolutely fine. You can be using it with your heat tools, you can be using it on your foil press or any sort of heated system. It will work an absolute treat.
Perfect. Genesis on YouTube, like vellum, I am clueless when it comes to what type of adhesive to use in acetate. What would you recommend? And then she's put 6 question marks.
6 question marks, right. Well, super simple with this one. So when it comes to acetate, I'd class it as a little bit of more of a tricky medium to stick. So something like your all-purpose is a bit of a no-go zone. I would be going for either your tacky glue, that will work nicely, but just bear in mind a wet glue like this basically dries by soaking into the fibres of the cardstock, and because acetate, as we know, doesn't have any fibres, it will take quite a long time to dry if you're using your tacky glue. So for me, my go-to is either my tape pen. Your tape pen is a super strong adhesive, so that's still going to stick your acetate, or my number one go-to for acetate is always your red liner tape. Red liner tape is super, super strong. Whether you're using the 3mm, the 6mm or the 12mm, you're going to get a beautiful bond onto your acetate, and it's pretty clear as well. So even if you don't manage to hide that adhesive onto your acetate, it is pretty clear, so you tend not to be able to see it too much.
Perfect. Robin on Facebook, best way to remove the film? Take the DVD out, sorry.
Good question. So for me, the way that I always find easier, and it doesn't matter how long I've been using acetate, and I use acetate literally day in, day out, I love using acetate. I always find it difficult to know which side of the actual acetate the film is on. So what I tend to do is I'll just get the very, very corner of my acetate, and what I'll do is I'll grab a poker tool and I'll just give it a little scratch, and as soon as you start giving it a scratch, if that's the side the film is on, you'll notice it'll start to bubble up and start to come away a little bit. If none of that happens and I just end up scratching the acetate, then I'll turn it over, I'll do exactly the same on the other side, I'll give it a little scratch, and then when you start to get a little bit that's coming away, and then I'll just all peel it back. So it's just a case of the most difficult part is getting that initial sort of lifting up of the film. I find your poker tool is the best way. You just want to sort of scratch it and it'll be lift off, and then it's very easy to peel it off once you've got that corner lifted up.
Amazing. Laurie on YouTube, I only purchase heat resistant because I never know what I'm going to do with it. Any ideas?
Do you know what? That is a super, super good idea. I know a lot of people do a similar sort of thing. They only buy heat resistant, so then they know for certain that if they're going to peel acetate, then it's definitely going to be heat resistant. Now, it's a fantastic acetate. You can still emboss it. You can still use it for your shaker cards, but of course you can use your heat embossing on it. So any stamp that you've got, as long as you've got either any colour of pigment ink pad or a watermark ink pad like the one that we've got here, and some sort of embossing powder, you can stamp onto it, you can heat emboss, and it's going to create the most incredible embellishments. For example, if you've got something like your flower stamps, you can actually stamp onto your acetate, heat emboss using your embossing powders, and use them as lovely floral translucent embellishments. It's an incredible medium to heat emboss, just gives you a little bit of a different look and feel, but heat resistant acetate is a great one to have in your crafty stash.
Robin's asking 2 questions from Robin. So number 1, if you're making a shaker, what's best? Front and then back using acetate, or front acetate then back card?
Oh, do you know, that is totally and utter personal preference. We are going to make a shaker card a little bit later in the show, but you've obviously always got to have your acetate at the front because that's the window part. Some people will choose to have your acetate behind, so then they can create almost like a separate shaker before they stick it onto their cards, whereas some people will create the shaker, pop the shaker beads or glitter or whatever they're using onto the card, and then pop their shaker over the top. The reason why some people don't like that as much is because then it's a little bit more difficult to gauge exactly where you want to add the glitter. So what some people will do is they'll create their shaker, you've got your front of your shaker there with your foam all around the edge, and then they'll enclose it with the acetate onto the reversed, and then that will give you that almost like a self-contained shaker as a topper that they can use onto their card. But it's completely up to you. No one is better than the other. It's all whatever you find easiest in terms of how you constructing your shakers and how you're constructing your cards.
Great. And one other question for Robin. We've answered half of this question. Can you emboss acetate? Yes. And colour it? You can colour it easily.
Absolutely.
Inside, you?
Yeah, if you've got something like an alcohol marker, or if you've got some of our metallic paint markers, that is going to look absolutely amazing. Adding some gold to that or silver can absolutely, as long as it's not a water-based medium, so as long as it's an alcohol pen, you'll be absolutely fine. That's going to look amazing coloured, that one.
Right, last couple of questions because we're running rapidly out of time. Suzanne asked on YouTube, can you emboss your acetate and use it for a shaker card?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Churchill. Oh, yes.
I got very excited. I was like, what a fantastic idea. I got very excited. I suddenly became Churchill.
When Lily becomes excited, she says, Churchill the dog.
I do.
Tracy on YouTube, would die cutting cause the acetate to crackle, please, Lily?
It will make, as it goes through the die cutting machine, it will make quite a alarming noise. It sounds a little bit like... a
lobster.
Not quite like a lobster. It's almost like if you like walking on sugar. It's like a crackly sort of noise. That's the tone.
How many times do you walk on sugar?
All the time.
Are you a candy floss dealer?
No. So it will make that sort of noise as it goes through the die cutting machine. It's just as the acetate is being cut, basically. That's a totally normal noise for it to make. It does sound quite alarming, more so than paper's being cut, but that's actually a great sign because it actually means that acetate is being cut. So yes, it will make a crackly noise as it goes through the die cutting machine, but as long as you've got a crisp, clean cut, the acetate itself shouldn't crack in terms of its appearance.
Walking on sugar. So, last couple of questions. Robin on Facebook, does the lightweight acetate have a protective film on?
Well, after my faux pas earlier, I'm probably not the best person to ask, but I don't think it does. I've got a piece here that I've not peeled anything back from. And if I'm doing my little scratch test that I've just been telling you guys about, I'm scratching on that side and I'm not feeling anything coming away. So if I try it again on the other side, I'm scratching again and there's nothing coming away. So I'm pretty sure on your heat resistant, if I'm wrong, somebody at home, please let me know. But I do believe there is no film onto your heat resistant.
Right, that's 2 questions. Tracy on YouTube, does adding copier paper prevent the old cutting lines appear on the finished acetate, please?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
So I think in the plates, sometimes the plates have got old cutting lines on the plates. Does that protected paper stop it?
So if your paper is between, like I've said, if your paper is between your dye and your acetate will still be next to the plate, so no. But it shouldn't mark too much with acetate because acetate is such a thick medium. You should find, because I tend to find personally my cutting plates will mark more onto thinner mediums, you should find that you shouldn't get too much marking from your plates.
And last question from her wonderful Hadassah. I've never tried, but wondering if you can use the glitter paste on acetate. If so, what type of acetate?
Absolutely, you certainly can. It's a technique that I love, 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 love. Totally up to you what acetate you use. It will work on literally any of them. But if you're thinking that you want the acetate to be a little bit stronger, perhaps it's going to be in an aperture, perhaps you're even going to glitter paste your acetate. You're going to make a box lid out of it. How cool would that be? If you want to be doing construction, things like that, then I'd say go for your heavyweight acetate. But any of the acetates, whether it's printable, whether it's heat resistant, whether it's any of them in your crafty stash, all those will take your glitter paste. And believe you me, with acetate, it looks absolutely amazing.
Hope that helped you with your acetate questions. Remember, you can save this into your playlist and you can come back and watch this as many times as you wish if you've got any questions about acetate. Thank you very much, Lee. Now, like we said to you, it's the simplest competition around to win a prize. All you've got to do is comment. We're already 1 hour into the show, so it means we've got time for a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of them vouchers today is Chantel Jones on YouTube. Woo! Well done, Chantel Jones. You have won some vouchers just for commenting. It couldn't be simpler. Asking if I was leaving. No, I'm not. Here are the fantastic email you've got to email ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk and you can win your vouchers. Justice Lee on YouTube, appreciate the Crafty Q&A. It's so helpful for me as a newbie. And listen, we're here to help. If you've got any other questions during the show, do ask them. I'll answer them for you. Listen, I can answer any questions you want. I'll ask Lily.
Any?
I can answer.
Any?
Yeah, go on, ask me a craft question.
Are you pregnant? If anybody's thinking I've been really big, that was a continuation of this afternoon's craft along. So that's not just come out of the blue.
Am I person? Yes, it's carrying a child. It's called food.
Oh dear.
I'm not seeing you. No, shut up. Right,
no craft question. No, I'll ask you a craft question. What's your favourite craft that you've helped with so far?
Tea making. Right, so no, Becky's
The
even
craft
laughing at me.
of tea making.
No, I enjoy the colouring.
Last week's.
Yeah, I like
cross.
colouring with the tricolour. I love the tricolour pens. I think that's one of the best out there.
Good.
I'm pregnant. Adessa says, thanks, that helps so much. You don't help me, Adessa. I'll tell you what will help you is this fantastic collection, the Crullable Creator Card Stamp and Die. I'm just going to waddle over back to the kitchen because I'm carrying my child. This, do you know what I mean? Like, am I pregnant? Yeah, you can shoot your face, Lily. The Colourable Creator Stamp and Card Die collection, which is yours today. I am looking for those as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, should never, number one rule of TV, never answer back to the producer in your ear when they're asking you a question. This is, I mean, the price you are paying. Oh, we're all going to get fired. Right, so, yeah, the Colourable Creator... That's what you think, Jamie. This is yours, £11, $13. Look, that is ridiculous. Hang on, what's the saving on this? 70% saving for all this. Right, so let me take you through what you're getting within here. Me and... Yeah, Lily, I can see you laughing in the corner.
Honestly, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I said that. It's terrible. Literally don't know where it came from.
I know where it came from.
I do apologise. Well...
Thinking of you. So you're getting the stamps, All My Love, Missing You, and Thinking of You in here. These are incredible. Now you're getting the stamps, you're getting the dies, and look at this. You are able to, with this fantastic collection, you've created, maybe you know someone who's pregnant, you can give them a card to congratulate their card. But the card there is going to cut out, so you can see it here with the dies. It allows you to cut into the card, and look at that. It's sort of creating a edgeable, but not an edgeable. What's the medium? What's this called?
A creator card.
A creator card.
Includes in the name.
Yeah, but I didn't realise that's what that medium, that technique's called. I quit. I'm done. I'm leaving. If all the people asking if I was late, yeah, I am after today's show. I am. I'm done. I'm going to go on to cooking telly instead. This is it. Thinking of you. So that's it there with you. Moving on to your next one, which is, of course, this. Oh, look at that. That is incredible. It is the beautiful butterfly. That is there for you. Now, I think this is the one that Lily's using because, I mean, what's crafting without butterflies? Again, it allows you to cut into that die and you've got the fantastic stamps in there and the outline. I mean, you're getting everything here. And the final collection is a Dragonfly Dream. Able to create something so simple and elegant. You can create a card with this. This is here for your stamp and die and you can colour it in. That price, £11, $13, Club Inspire, £8 $4.80, $10.40. That is in... Insatiable. Remember, if you're adding this into your basket, you can use your save 5%. You can save you 10 extra discounts Do you demo? Right, I've done. Right, what you... Am I pregnant?
Because you were talking about that on Craft Long this afternoon. And some people, you were wondering if you were going away because you're having a baby.
Right, go on, do your craft.
Right. And breathe, okay. No more mischief, I promise. Promise, for a few minutes anyway. So, we're going to be using, Nicola in my ear called it, she knew I'd be using this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful butterfly, colourable creator card. So, we'll start off by showing you how I use these. So, the way that these work, if you've got your coordinating die that goes alongside your stamp here, and with your die, with it being a creator card style die, you've got your inner die, which cuts the detail into your card.
I'm so
Bless
sorry.
you!
Sorry, that just came out of nowhere.
Oof. Well, everyone's awake in case you weren't beforehand.
It just came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry.
Oof.
But what have you said? Bless you, thank you.
Bless
no,
you.
No, I bless myself, thank
Bless
you.
you. Oh, well, okay. So, we've got our inner die that will cut it into the cardstock. Then if you want to use it, you have got that outer die if you want to cut the two out as a panel. But the way I found easiest in terms of working these, I find it easier if I actually die cut the design first and then stamp into the centre of the die cut. I've found if I try and pop this stamp exactly into the centre, it's very difficult to get that lined up perfectly. But I find it a lot easier if you use your die first and pop your die onto the cardstock, and then that's going to be a lot easier to find the centre when you're stamping on after. So we're going to grab our piece of alcohol marker card, which is what we're using for this particular piece of card. We'll place that in the middle, and then those areas at the top and the bottom there, that is the waist. So like when I was trying to tell George to tape on the waist earlier, this is what we're going to do now. Because this area is going to be cut away, it's best to tape onto that area there. So a couple of pieces top and bottom. Then all we need to do is pop on our cutting plates. We're going to have our clear frosted shim there, sorry. Then we'll have our magnetic, and then on the top we're going to have our other cutting plate. Is anybody feeling sorry for you in the comments? I'd like to know. Is anybody saying that I've been terrible?
Apparently it's true, on YouTube. I could listen to the two of you all day and love to create on YouTube. Oh, Lily, what's going on? George, she loves you really. She doesn't. She doesn't. She hasn't brought me out cross buns. That's her on Facebook. How gorgeous would the colourable creator card stamp and die be on acetate?
Ooh, it would. But I tell you.
Police are here, are they?
Ooh, yep. 1 minute it's Churchill, next minute it's police. Blimey, man.
A turtle?
Turtle. Churchill.
Oh,
Blimey. Do you think you need to clear your ears out?
You are. Peggy Brown, a great bargain on the colourable creator card set. It is a great bargain.
Certainly is. Even better if you can get your teeth in, isn't
I've had all the fish. The fish has gone straight to my head.
Oh dear.
The mackerel, not Debbie fish.
Worrying. Poor old mackerel. Oh my gosh, right. So, before it descends into any more chaos, let's try and pull ourselves together a little bit.
Oh,
So,
no wonder Nicola's leaving.
I know. She'll be glad to get away from this absolute chaos.
Oh.
So we've got our die cut there onto that piece of cardstock. I know it doesn't look an awful lot at the moment, but when we bring in the stamp, it's going to really start to bring that to life. So we're going to place our cardstock into our tacky mat, there just like so. And then we'll grab our stamp here. And then all we need to do is just find the centre. And all you'll have is a slight little white border of cardstock around the edge of that stamp line. So once we're happy with where that is positioned, we'll take the lid of our stamping platform and we'll just pick up our stamp onto the lid like so.
Yeah.
And then I've got an alcohol-proof ink pad here, which is our Noir Black, and I'm just going to ink up all over this stamp here. So just making sure we've got nice even application of ink all over that
all right,
stamp.
Keith.
I know, I've turned into Keith.
Today?
I have turned into Keith. I don't know what is going on. What is going on? It's not good, is it?
So many jokes.
Oh, I know. We won't go
Turn
there.
into Keith.
Turn into Keith, I know.
We love Keith.
We do love Keith. He's been in here 2 weeks in a row, so he must love us as well.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Keith. Keith and Dreamies in the same week.
I know. Got 2 consecutive days. It has been a very good week here at Crafters TV. Then we're ending it on a very high with us.
And don't forget tomorrow, Second Chance Sunday with the wonderful
Absolutely.
Ben Mosby with my waistcoats. He's going to be... Oh, I love him, really. It's pre-recorded, but our wonderful social team will be on hand to answer any questions that you may have in regard to the world of crafts.
Absolutely. So there's our lovely little stamp butterfly. You can see there how it's perfectly positioned in the middle where you've got your stamp in the centre with that even border around the edge. And that's why I find it so much easier to die cut first and then stamp. It's definitely the easiest way around to do things. What we're going to do now is we'll do a little bit of colouring just to show you the sort of technique and show you why I love using our tri-blend
Do you
brush.
need a hand? Are you okay?
It's up to you. Do you want to?
No, it's all right.
Can do.
No, I can't.
He's too nursing his sores at the moment.
Nursing my stomach. Evelyn on Facebook. I love all the laughter first thing in the morning. I'm like, it's 10 past 3 in the afternoon. Of course, the States are a few hours behind us.
You think we've been on the air that long? It's now tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I forget this is around the world. Who lets us on two cameras is more than that, on cameras to be talking to people around the world?
I know. It's exciting, isn't it? Did you ever used to play that game in PE at school all around the world with badminton? No.
I've played it on the dartboard. Well, that's called round the clock on the dartboard.
No, around the world.
Yeah.
So somebody would, I was going to say bat, but I don't think that's the right word for badminton. You'd hit the ball and you'd all be in a line. The shuttlecock, that's the one. And then once you'd hit it, you go to the back of the line and the next person would step forward.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
A bit like conga.
Yeah.
Nothing like conga, but
Not
there's
really.
a line of people.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
The ball. There's never been a ball in badminton ever.
Well, you can tell I'm not really into these.
Jake got like a 3-course meal out there. He sat outside, Jake, having his lunch. But he's like there with his little knife and fork, his salad, got his dressings on.
Very nice.
He's very healthy, Jake.
Has he got any mackerel?
You got any mac? No, I don't know.
Definitely not.
Dishy
No.
dad? No jerky boy?
Yeah.
We having for your tea?
Oh my gosh, the barrage of questions.
Love food.
Well, once
As you
again,
can tell, because I think I'm pregnant.
once again, I'm going shopping after, so I'll be looking through the yellow labels and seeing what I
Yes,
can.
you will.
What I can be getting. I hope I get another 75% off hot cross buns. Is all I'm
I'm
going
not
to
bringing it
say.
in next week, so no, it's fine.
Wednesday.
Neither will you.
I might not be here next Saturday. Who knows?
So I was talking to the producer again.
Again.
I'm very unprofessional.
Well, what can we say? Not a lot to that, man. I thought Nicola was about to say that it's part of the reason why I'm leaving.
Well, you wouldn't.
Just because of you.
But, Nicola, you'll always be on that video of you running around on Ben's can-can. Crafty
yeah.
can-can.
Yeah, she will. Immortalised in film. So just using your tri-blend brush pens gives you that lovely sort of flicking technique, which works really nicely when you've got something like a butterfly's wings. You've got that lovely brush.
Colours are you using again, Lil?
What colours I'm using? I'm using Coral Extend and Coral Blend.
Can I call you Lil?
Yeah, of course you can.
Cool.
That's fine. It's a bit late now if I said no.
Oh.
I was like, actually, no. Too late. Too late. That ship has sailed.
Friendship. Lily doesn't remember working with me before I went on vacation.
Oh, vacation. I do. Do you remember the time when I was using the Rose Gold Junior and I didn't put my hand at the back of the plate shot across the studio?
No,
and
that
it
wasn't
hit you?
me. That wasn't me.
That was you. That was definitely you. Because you were sat on that chair.
Or maybe I got. That's why I've got this dint in the side of my head. I can't
Well,
remember it.
yeah, all making sense now, isn't it? That was definitely you.
Camera on Facebook.
Do you remember all the highlights?
I ordered this the other day, but I've never seen it. I like your style, Carol. You just bought it, but here you are. You see, I can't wait for it to get here. A lot of people are loving this sort of idea. That was quick. This create a card collection, but loving. I mean, there is so. If this is another collection that needs to come back with the cutouts of the butterflies and dragonfly, and like other designs.
Yeah, I'd like that. We had more, but they've sold out. There was a cupcake that obviously you would have liked.
What did you say?
Because you said you wanted to be a chef on TV. One of the designs that unfortunately sold out, 'cause it's one of my favourites, was a cupcake. There's like bunting in the background. I said you would have liked it.
What have I done? Have I missed a meeting? Have I done something wrong?
No.
Have I upset you in any way? I'm sorry for whatever I've done. I can't even go to HR. I can't even go to HR. They're not even in. And I'm a freelancer. Hadassah on Facebook. That's a great tip to die cut first and stamp. Would you do the same if using these on acetate for something like a sun catcher or a window decor?
That's a lovely idea, that. That would be a look. Yeah, I'd definitely, whether you're using cardstock or paper or whatever it might be, I would definitely die cut first and then stamp. The reason being, I find it personally quite difficult if you've stamped first.
Physical?
It's never quite central, so.
You find it physical?
Quite difficult.
Oh, I think so. I've got the
What's wrong with your readers today?
Die cutting?
I do find it very physical if I do that. Difficult. Physical, difficult. I mean, they sound very similar. Do they? Do they? Right.
Right, where was this little demonstration?
What I've done with this one, so obviously we've shown you how you use your stamp alongside the die. What I've done in addition to that, so I've done one that I've actually stamped just the butterfly without the die cut or without any of the detail around the edge, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one here where I've coloured the leaves and I've just coloured the very edge of the butterfly, just so that when we lay this over the top, it's not just white underneath. And what we're going to do with our one that we've actually stamped and not die cut is we're just going to grab our pair of scissors and we're just going to cut this out along the edge here, so just following that edge of the butterfly. And then what we can do with these two is we can actually layer this onto that base plate, so we've got a little bit of dimension and 3D to our actual butterfly. So we just go around with our pair of scissors, and it is just a case of easing your cardstock around and just making sure that you're following that stamped line. And that's going to give you a lovely extra layer that you can add onto your base layer. Now you can use that on your projects like we're going to lay this together, or you can actually use this just as a separate embellishment as a butterfly on its own, rather than using that full colourable creator card concept. So you've got a few different options with these, just showing you a nice way of how you can add that a little bit more dimension to your toppers. So we're just going to ease our scissors round. And because we've coloured onto our alcohol marker card, it's going to give us a lovely blend with our tri-blends. Obviously, it's been designed specifically to work with all of those alcohol-based mediums, whether it's your tri-blend, your glaciques, your illustrators. You're going to get that lovely blend onto your alcohol marker card. And then, of course, using your alcohol-proof ink pad to go alongside your tri-blends as well. So we'll just ease that around the edge, and then we can start to really build this card together. Now, as always, when it comes to any sort of colouring or colour choices on my cards, I choose my pattern papers first, then I choose my cardstock, and then I've chosen my pen colours from there on. And you can just see at the top right-hand corner of that shot there, I've got my little pattern paper peeking in as to where I chose these colours from. A lovely pattern paper from Celebrate the Good Times is this one. So just using some of our latest collections that I know a lot of you guys have got your hands on.
Yeah.
Then all we'll do is we'll just take our poker tool, just give our butterfly's wings a little bit of shaping, just by rolling those over a little bit. And that's going to really bring this stamped image to life. Then all we'll do is we'll pop a couple of foam pads onto the back of there.
Bit of decoupage?
There'd be a nice bit of decoupage, absolutely. And
sorry, I just want to feel like I need to say this before you carry on talking.
Go on.
Love to Create on YouTube says, it's Pick on George Day. But in your case, George, Lily is the only one giving you grief. It is Lily the only one giving me grief.
Well, I'm not being funny, I'm the only one you work with.
Apart from Nicola and Jamie and Jake.
But then the guys at home can't hear that, can they?
You what, my love?
The guys at home can't hear that, so they could be giving you all the grief in the world, and the guys at home can't hear that.
They wouldn't
know.
I would let them know, don't you worry. I've already got enough voices in my head.
Wow.
Pat on Facebook, this is a great idea about layering the butterfly. I never think of that.
Well, hopefully showing you something just a little bit different in terms of using your colourable create card. So what we'll do, before I actually stick my butterfly on, it'll be a little bit easy to do this first, to pop my acetate behind this piece there. So I've got some of my tape onto the back of there, and then I've got a piece of acetate that I've cut to ever so slightly smaller than that outer edge, and we'll just pop our acetate onto there. And then at this point we can add on our little 3D butterfly onto the front there. We've got a little bit of glue onto there. Just
Kansas, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's windy out there.
Windy?
Didn't realise it was quite that windy. It's not sounding too good. The roof will be blown off if we're not careful. Let's hope not, eh?
And you can fly on your broom.
That's how I get home, you know, on an evening, on my broom.
I'll get you, my pretties.
You will, I know it.
And your little dog. I love that film. Step Brothers.
I fear that my tape pen's running out here. Oh well, we might have to do a live refill, which I know Nicola in my ear loves a live refill of the tape pen. Well,
I mean, Lily is the tape pen monitor. She has a sash and everything.
Little badge.
Yeah, tape pen monitor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a half and half tape pen. We've done that in the past.
Have you?
Yeah.
You're living on the edge.
I know, absolutely. I mean, the definition of it, right? So all we'll do is we'll just pop our mats and layers onto our card base here. So we've got our white card base, we've got our lovely pattern paper from the Celebrate the Good Times, and that's just going to go into the middle of our card base.
Donna Yam on YouTube. Oh, I love this double up shadow effect. What a great surname, Yam.
Yeah.
I am what I am.
I don't think I've heard that, apart from in the context of Donna. I don't think I've heard that as a surname before.
Yeah, I've heard it in food.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Have some yams. No, I've heard doner kebab. Doner is named after foods. Doner and she's with an A. I love it really, Doner. Big loves. I love a kebab. I like a shish kebab though, but like not one where they shave it off the thing.
Oh dear.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe I don't know. Maybe after a couple of sherbets.
Lemon sherbets, yeah.
Yeah. But like on the skewers and a bit of garlic mayo, yogurt and mint. I love yogurt and mint.
Oh, I don't like that garlicky dip. I've run out of me foam tape here.
You've run out of pen. I've got a dotted pen.
No, it's foam and rolled gum.
Honestly, I can't hear a thing today. Maybe it's the fan. Maybe I'm just lost.
Lost the plot. Lost the will to live.
Never. I've been looking forward to today.
You was.
I was until Lynn bullied me.
Oh.
No, I do love my Saturdays. I love my drive up.
You love the drive up? Do you like driving?
I love driving.
Do you?
I stopped at some new services today.
Yeah, there's some new ones. Whereabouts?
The Leeds Skelton services.
Oh yeah.
They're
Are they
extra
new?
services. I just had to visit the little boy's room.
Oh.
I did get a coffee actually. I did get a coffee. No, what's the point of a service? Because it's only an hour and a half. If I can't do an hour and a half without stopping at a service,
You
there's
can
something
tell that
massively
Jamie's
wrong.
a lot younger, shall we say?
Yeah. There's nothing more. You know, when you pass your driving test, there's three things that you will never have the same excitement of ever again.
Okay.
Number one, stopping at the services for the first time. Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, driving through McDonald's drive-through.
Okay.
Right, that. Apart from when you think you're going to crash your car because it's that tight around a corner,
Yeah.
but that your own time that you drive through McDonald's drive-through yourself is incredible. Number three, driving through a car wash with a big
Oh, I always find that a bit
brushy
scary.
thing. I don't use them because they do put little scratches on your car.
Yes.
But all those little things. We were talking about this earlier.
Oh, God.
Suzanne just said on YouTube that will make a beautiful shaker. But no, someone asked the question about shakers, if you put the acetate on first or...
So what we're doing is we're pouring our sequins onto our actual card base. What you could do is you could pour your sequins into there and then pop a piece of acetate over the top and then pop it onto your card base. But quite frankly, I find it a lot easier. Just pop your glitter or your sequins or whatever you're using onto your card base and then just place your topper over the top just like so. And I'm hoping, because I did have to use foam pads at the bottom because we ran out of foam tape, I'm hoping it's not going to be a leaky shaker, but we'll soon find out. And then we've got our sentiment that's also part of that set there, which is our beautiful like a butterfly. And we've just die cut that out and stamped it. And then we've got another of the die cuts that we've just done onto some of our linen card here. We'll just pop that underneath, and that's just going to be our finishing touch onto our card. So where's my foam pads? There they are.
Just pointing out, Shills asked, and I don't think you did, what ink pads did you use? I don't think you used any ink pads, did you?
No, I used some of my tri-blend pens. So in terms of ink pads, I did use the Noir Black alcohol proof to stamp with. But in terms of pen colours, so I used the tri-blend brush. I used for the leaves the light green and alpine green blends. Then I used the True Blue blend and True Blue extend, and then also the coral blend and the coral extend as well. So hopefully that helps. And there you go, that's the finishing touch. A very simple little card, but just showing you a slightly different way to use your Colourable Create cards as a shaker and doing a little bit of decoupage as well.
Amazing. So that is beautiful. Robin's saying that paper is so pretty. The painting around that paper is perfect with the butterfly. And Donna, a yam on YouTube, this is giving me great Mother's Day card inspiration. Of course, Mother's Day is next month over in the States. Brilliant, all made possible with that fantastic creator card and stamp and die collection. A 70% saving, worth adding into your basket. Look at that Club Inspired price, £8.80, $10.40. Some other great deals for you as well. Every Saturday we bring you your Saturday Sizzler deals, and they're here for you today. Back of the net, pull the muscle. They're here for you today. Now this is a fantastic, it was advertised as a 9-piece collection earlier. We promise you it isn't an 8-piece collection. It was an error, we've sorted it because we love you. It's Jamie's fault. Boo. She's not here. So, £15.96, $25.96 for 80 sheets of card. So you're paying for 4 packs, you're getting 4 for free. So you're paying for your wonderful solar gold. You've got your Christmas red, your Christmas green, and your ivory. It's asleep. You're getting all that, you're paying for that. Everything else is for free. So you've got the black, which is on the wonk. You've also got the copper, that's for free. you're getting the royal blue for free. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? The rose gold free! £15.96, $25.96. Remember your closing buyer price. And also don't forget, you can spend over $25. You get an extra 5% off. Use the code SAVESPEND5. $50, you're going to get 10% off. Use the code SAVESPEND10. Brilliant collection. There's 5 fantastic sizzler deals. That's number 1. Lily, what's the fantastic sizzler deal you've got?
Sizzler! So we have our fantastic everyday pre-cut layering cards to share with you, and this time I know we had a little look at it on a little photo earlier on, but this time round I can actually show you how gorgeous these designs are when you get them home. So first of all, we have got our beautiful butterfly, and with each and every single one of these you've got all the different layers that you need to create these cards. If I just take the back layer there, just like so you can see every single one of these is a separate layer. Now the idea with these, you get 2 of each different design, and all you're going to do with these is you're just going to glue them all together, whether you use flat glue or whether you're going to use your foam pads or 3D glue gel to give it a bit more dimension. But how incredible does that look? It's almost like a shadow box sort of idea. How cool is that? No dyes needed whatsoever. Everything is laser cut already for you just to layer up. Just a case of sticking all those layers together and you get that beautiful finished design. So that's your first one of 4 designs. So you get 4 different designs, 2 of each, which allows you to create 8 different gorgeous designs, giving you 40 sheets in total. So next up we've got our balloons here. So you can see here, I think that one goes on top, there we go. That layers together just like so. You've got that gorgeous party scene there with all those different separate layers, all already cut for you just to layer together to give you amazing dimensional looking cards. That's your beautiful set of balloons and presents. Then next up we have our birthday cake here. So if we bring in the layers for this one, you can see that's starting to come together with that fantastic birthday cake just like so. All those layers, all that detail, even right down to confetti and all the candles on the cake.
Amazing.
So you can create that literally by just sticking those together. And then finally you've got your fantastic champagne glasses and your champagne celebration, all those different layers, every single separate one, and the ability to create 2 different scenes of that sort of design. Absolutely incredible detail in there. Amazing price on these today. £8, $8 if you're part of Platinum, which means it can be just £1 or $1 per design, and to have that many layers, that many sheets of cardstock for every single design is incredible value for money. 40 sheets for a tenner, even if you're not part of the Platinum Club. Amazing.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, I'm talking there. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Are you
I
really?
spoke over you and I'm very sorry.
I'm very sorry.
I would hate someone to do that to me. I'm just warning you. 50% saving on that. I'll tell you what else is a good saving. I love you, really. I'm only messing. This is incredible. The Classic pens. Now, I love the Classic pens. Ask the guys in here. I was colouring things with them earlier. This is better than half price. You are getting 60 pens with 2 nibs. Remember, you've got the chisel and that really fine bullet tip. £60, $75. Better than half price. Platinum price is £48, $60. The wonderful Daisy asked on YouTube, is there a discount code? Yes, there is. With this price, you can save yourself a humongous savings. Here it is for you. Spend spend £50, $50, you're going to get 10% off with the code SAVESPEND10. If you spend £25, $25, you get 5% off. Save, spend 5. But listen, at these prices, I think a lot of you are going to be spending £50, $50, extra 10% off. No, sorry, Jamie, don't you apologise, my good friend. Let me take you through the fantastic 12 colours in each set. So you've got the Vivid Brights, you've got 12 colours, you've got red, spice, satsuma, sunshine, salad, leaf green, marine. I'm just going to spin it around. You know, that's better for you. That's more visual. We're more visual learners all here at Crafters TV. That's your first set of pens. Then you're also going to be getting, look at this, they're fantastic florals for you as well. Again, 12 fantastic colours. Now, Lily, you'll explain this a bit better than I, because I'm rubbish at explaining things.
Oh.
They all come with their codes, don't they? So they follow on from the tri-blend coding system.
Absolutely. So the colours and the codes are exactly the same. So your letters that each pen has, that's your colour family. So if it's got the same letters, it's the same colour family, then they've all got a number. The lower the number, the lighter colour, the higher the number, the darker the colour. So it's very easy to find what's exactly in the same colour family to mix and match to get those lovely blended effects.
Look at those. Do you know what these are great for? If you've got someone in your family who's into their illustrations, into their colouring, what a great time to stock up on. This is my favourite, the Woodlands Nature. Some great greens and darks and stones and greys. Look at all those fantastic colours there. And Lily, what's the QR code? Is that taking you to some great resources online?
I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure where that QR code goes. I'm sure there's plenty of resources.
Scan the QR code, see what happens.
Let us know.
I'll give you a few seconds. Maybe just takes you to the offices.
Maybe it does.
Google Maps. There you are, £60, $75. Remember that Club Inspire price, which is incredible, and that save spend discount. Right, Lily, what else have we got?
Ooh, I've got some essentials here, and this is a fantastic deal that we've got with these ones. A great one if you're a brand new crafter, or if you're someone that's just looking to stock up on some tools, so you've got plenty of reserves in your crafty stash. This is an amazing one to go for. So first of all, I'm going to show you your amazing essentials toolkit. So this is your fantastic toolkit with 6 different items within here. So first of all, you've got your nice mini 15 by 15 centimetre, which is about 6-inch square self-healing cutting mat, which is fantastic for use with your cutting knives. And talking of cutting knives, you do have a craft knife included as part of this fantastic kit as well. You do get the plastic sheath as well, so you know it's going to be nice and protected by using that on your craft knife. To go alongside that, you've got a metal ruler, about 6 inches in length with that metal ruler there, so it's going to work perfectly size-wise with your little mat that you've got there. You've got your poker tool. I know this is Debbie Robinson's favourite poker tool, just because it's a little bit more chunky than our regular one, and very easy to work with, very easy to hold. You get a pair of scissors as well, 4.5-inch blade on those ones, nice for all your precision snips. And then finally, you do get your pair of your tweezers as well. So it's basically all the essential tools, all the tools that we use day in, day out when you're crafting, all self-contained within the kit. Fantastic for beginners, like I say, all great if you perhaps go to a craft class or a craft crop and you like to keep just a whole sort of self-contained kit of your tools in your bag. This is going to be a perfect one to go for. But price on your screen, $15.99 or $23.99 is what you'll be paying any day of the week for this fantastic cool toolkit. It's very cool, but it's also a toolkit. But as part of this deal, you are getting for absolutely nothing, for totally and utterly free, you're getting your fantastic die brush and foam pad. It's something that every crafter needs in their crafty stash. It's incredible for getting all those pieces, all those little waste bits out of your incredibly intricate dies. You have your sort of brushes on the end of there, you've got your bristles head on there, and then you've got your mat as well. So you can basically place your die cut on top of the mat, just use the brush to roll out all those pieces, and it's going to take all the stress, all the hassle, all the time-consuming nature out of getting all those pieces out of your die cuts. So all of that, you get your fantastic essential toolkit and your die brush tool for an incredible $15.99 or $23.99 if you're part of our Platinum Club.
That is a brilliant price. You're getting the die brush absolutely free at that price, £15.99 on your Club Inspire, $23.99. Hadassah, love my classics. They were my first pens purchased years ago with my Ultimate Pro. The Spectrum Noir range is the best out there. That QR code does take you to the Spectrum Noir website. And you know as well, if you are if you're new to colouring, there's so many resources on our YouTube pages. Just type in Spectrum Noir, you'll find hours and hours of classes.
Oh yeah.
Teachers and Lily maybe. Teach you
Let's hope not, eh?
using that fantastic range of pens. Loads happening. We've got so much coming up for you as well. We're going to take a little break. Make sure you join us. Remember, comment on the show. You've got a chance of winning vouchers. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Crafters TV, my favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters. You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help with your suggestions. As an unpaid carer, having had to give up my job, you provide me with many light moments in my day. Your products are great, made with great care and thought, and are second to none. Thank you.
From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Sawbrook and Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage and Hurtville, Seattle, Cocañon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Cocañon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Manningham, Hilliard, Farmingdale, Glendale, East Moline, Somers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Salisbury, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Canistota, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Yes, welcome back to Make It Saturday here on a Saturday here on Crafters TV, brought to you by Crafters Companion. My name's George Akid, joined by Lilly Fletcher. We've got a fantastic show, fantastic hour and a half so far. Pat's just asking, I missed the Saturday goodie bag. Can George show that again? No. Yes, I can, Pat. It's all here for you, the goodie bag. You have a look, there it is. Ooh. Listen, there's some stamps, some rocker blocks, there's glitter sprays, there's shimmer sprays, there's the stained glass windows which went out of stock are back in the goodie bag. It's the only place you can get them. I will show that later in the show. So it means, Pat, you've got to stick around for a little bit of this because, I mean, what a week it's been here on Crafters TV. Some great launches, some great collections. Dreamy's been here, Keith's been here, but I think this is tipped it for my favourite collection of all time. It's the Vintage Carnival Pick of the Week, £95, $120. I'm so excited to go through this because I love the carnival. I love the fun fair. I love all this kind of the 1930s kind of roll up, boys, make you ride the roller coaster. See, all my favourite. Why you laugh? That's a really good voice. But that kind of like stripy circus tent, I love it all. Great Showman, but a bit later. I love anything like this. So you're getting here the ticket fun. Now, I was saying this before the show started, the fun you can have with the tickets, not if you're using these for cards, maybe you're doing a birthday that's themed around the circus or carnival, maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's you're running an amusement stall and train tickets, maybe you just want to do anything like that, you can have some great fun with these. And again, this is what we always do as well here at Crafters Companion. You're not just getting a single ticket, you're getting all the different variations of tickets, you're getting the outlines, you're getting absolutely everything here to really create something beautiful. And all your wonderful sentiments as well. I mean, living for thrill, doing that amazing fonts. I think the fun fair's got some great calligraphy, some great fonts. You've also got birthday celebrations, you're my ride and die, eat, ride, repeat, fair lights, bright nights. If you're like me, this is one of my favourite collections, all these kind of things. Do you know what would be well as well? Remember it with the Vintage Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Them two, they go great together. Then the big top, I mean, just look at the detail, the bunting. Even if you don't use this as a big top, that bunting there, you've got a really nice variation. The curtains, the big top, the little flags. Again, adding it all together, some great matte layers, beautiful within here. This, the vintage hot air balloon. Again, it's the detail of that we've got into with this. The ropes and all the different sashes, strings, and not just one kind of basket. You've got two different types of baskets there as well. Any other company wouldn't give you that great selection of detail and level and creativity. Crafters Companion delivers that time and time, every single time. The Ferris wheel. Now, I love it when I've seen the demos or the examples of this, where the baskets are doing different colour.
Yes,
I just love that. And just correct me if I'm wrong, but you're getting two of the basket dies in here then. You're getting two of the carriage dies. Again, so you know, again... It just blows my mind that we're giving you this every single time. This is my highlight of it, the Carnival alphabet, that beautiful font. It just screams carnival, it just screams a circus. You can smell the popcorn and the peanuts. It's all there for you. I mean, that is worth it alone. Then moving into this die and stencil collection, the Helter Skelter, you can really have some fun with this. You've got all the elements to build your Helter Skelter, and then you can add those wonderful stripy colours. Maybe you go for red and white, a blue and orange collection, a cream and orange. That's a really nice carnival collection with the stencil there. And I know the guys were having some great fun with this yesterday. A popcorn treat box. This is humongous. Now, a lot of people wonder, why do we make it into a stencil and not into die? To keep that cost down to you, because a die to produce of that size will be quite expensive, and that we'd have to put that cost back to you. Not with your stencil. You can really create something beautiful with this. And remember, you can buy all these individually. Maybe you just want to buy that. You haven't got a die machine, a die cut machine. You want to buy that by yourself. You can get that. But listen, at that price, it's going to be really worth it. That is in there as well. Now, as well, with any great collection like the Vintage Carnival, there's some great papers. And oh my goodness, are there some for you? The luxury linen card pack comes in here for you as well. You are getting some gorgeous colours over here. 24 sheets, which means you are getting how many colours of each? Three sheets of each, there we are. Quick maths. Vintage Carnival, some beautiful colours there, that wonderful yellows and oranges, reds. And if you're wondering what we mean, if you're wondering what we mean by that wonderful linen, it's got a wonderful texture to it, you can see there. Jamie's going to come in close for you on the camera. So you can see that wonderful linen, you can see it there. That is what we mean by those beautiful colours there in there for you. And wrapping up this, this is a 12 by 12. You know it's exciting. On a 6 by 6. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
I didn't even see a 6x6. It squeaked up on me. Squeaked up. Remember,
Do
the
you realise it's a mouse?
6x6 is there for you. That's just a smaller version of this. You're not losing any of that great quality. Again, double-sided. And again, all these beautiful colours just scream vintage carnival. Oh, look at that. Just reminds me of, what was the stuntman called in America? Evil Knievel. There is striped and swirls, sunbursts. You're getting these, the wonderful checkers in there as well, the harlequins. You're getting the wonderful zigzags, the stars, stripes. Look at that little sunburst, that is amazing. The diamonds, I mean, either side, a couple of these I want to be adding to your basket because look at I mean, which side are you going to choose? That is the question. This is me in a paper pad. Vintage Carnival, £95. That's just me. Look, nice and small, not pregnant. £95, $120. Club Inspire price already on this. £76, $96. Save, spend 5, 10, try it, see what happens because you may be able to get an extra 10% off these with the save, spend 10 or spend, save 10. Save, spend 10? Save, spend 10. If you put save, spend 10 in, that will give you an extra 10% off. There it is, 5% off on £25, $25. 10% off your £50, $50. Lily, what are we making with this? Because I'm excited.
Do you know what? We've been talking about acetate a lot today and it snuck its way into yet another demo. So the acetate makes a return and this time we're going to be creating a aperture style card. So we've got our card base that we've cut down to 5.5 by 7.5 and we've just taken one of our oval nesting dies and we've just die cut that aperture into the centre of that front piece. Then in terms of adding something into the inside, we've taken that lovely, it's almost like quite psychedelic, that paper, isn't it? It's really quite, almost like an optical illusion.
Swirl.
Swirls, yeah, we've taken that lovely swirl, we've matted and laid onto some of our black card. Oh, the tape pen's on its way out, I can feel it. The worry is there's no refills there, so hopefully...
There's a box there.
There's 3 tape pens and they're all like basically on their way out.
There's a box on the bookshelf.
Is there?
What you got for eyes? Paint them.
Oh, well clearly not very good eyes. Didn't realise there's someone there.
Oh, they are just all dotty tape pens though.
Really? Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, well. I hope.
How do you really feel, Lily? Jake, can you order some more, please? Thanks.
So there we go, there's our little sunburst onto the inside. Then in terms of the outside, I've used this lovely polka dot paper. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And what I tend to do when I'm doing my die cutting with apertures like this, rather than trying to get them both perfectly lined up over each other, with a layer that's further down, I tend to die cut one size larger than this main layer. It just gives you a little bit of wiggle room in terms of getting that perfectly in position. So we'll take our, oh my gosh, that really is on its way out. We'll take our piece of cardstock here that we've die cut into, and with it being, I'm going to have to use my, I do apologise, I'm going to have to use my all-purpose, just have to make sure that we give it a little bit of time to dry. But with it being a 180 GSM of paper and then you've got your 300 GSM of black card, I've found that I am able to die cut using your nesting dies. With it being a basic shape, I do find that you are able to actually die cut through 2 layers at once. So I tend to stick the 2 layers together first and then I'll die cut my oval aperture into the centre afterwards. That is really skew with, my goodness me, there we go. Good job, we've got the all-purpose, isn't it? So
but it's like the crazy mirrors that you get at the fun fair.
It's a little bit, isn't it? Woo!
Yeah, what's your favourite ride at the carnival?
Do you know, I'm not really a big fan of circuses, but I do like the dodgems.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, it's my thing. How about you?
Who brought the dodgems to the UK?
No idea.
Billy Butlin.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was a carnival man. I used to work at Butlin's. Billy Butlins. He was from South Africa or Canada. But he was a carny and he brought in the wonderful... Sorry, Jamie, I'll be done in a minute. Just sighed so loud.
It was a very, very loud yawn, yeah.
Just like, oh, here he goes again with...
I'm finding this quite interesting, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm finding this interesting. Please carry on.
That's all right. I'll talk about it. He brought the dodgems to Butlins. Butlins, if you don't know, here in the UK is a large holiday park. It celebrated 89 years.
My gosh, I didn't realise it'd been going that long.
89 years it was on the something of April. When is it for? Because it's Billy Bear's birthday. It's in April 14th. Yeah.
It's got the same date of birth as my niece, April the 14th.
Yeah, maybe. I can't just double check. I can't remember when the date Butlins was formed. It's a big holiday park in the UK. It used to be £1. What was it? A week's holiday for a week's pay back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, I love any. Oh, Butlins are I went as a kid and I loved working there as a red coat, what they call entertainers. Yeah, 8 to 9 years, and I was a red coat, did all the entertainment, and they wore red coats because someone went to the charity shop in one of the places and bought a bright jacket for the
Really?
people. Yeah, and that was how it started. Hence why they're called red coats. And then a lot of the Canadian Rockies as well. So the guy bought it because it's like the Canadian Rockies.
Wow.
A lot of famous people in the UK have been red coats.
Yes,
Stephen
Mulhern,
was
yeah.
a red coat.
Pal of yours.
Yeah, H from Steps was a red coat.
Was it?
Yeah, Des O'Connor. Ben was not a red coat. He was a blue coat, which was a pumpkins. Yeah, a lot of famous people have been red coat. Well, me and Ben having the same conversations on air. We both talk about. Yeah, it used to be. Not anymore. I never had that. But yeah, you didn't get an award. But yeah, loads. Who else? Every person ever.
Not me.
You haven't been?
No.
But I worked in Bognor Regis on the south coast for 2 years, and I loved it. It was paid very little, but it wasn't the pay that did it. It was the job itself.
Oh.
Yeah, you never work like being here, Jamie. You never work a day in your life if you enjoy it. Yeah. Today's felt like a long day.
Well, I'm not surprised after
my
abuse I was hurling at you. You'll miss it come next Saturday, though.
Oh, well. To be fair, do you know what you said about Skegness earlier? You got a fridge magnet from Skegness.
Yeah.
So there's the Butlins Skegness was the first ever Butlins holiday camp.
Was it?
In 1936. And then during the war, it was used as an army base.
Was it really?
Yeah, because it was so big, it could house all the troops and things. So yeah, during the wars, they were used as housing for the army.
Gosh.
But they used to have elephants back in the day, back in the 60s and stuff. And unfortunately, one of the elephants had a bit of an accident, and it fell into a hole, and it couldn't get out.
Oh no!
But there's an urban legend,
right,
that it's there.
There's
It's like it's been tarmacked over.
Oh my
god!
god!
And the legend is that the elephant is buried under the main entrance at Skegness. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's dark. It's quite like ooh.
Mysterious.
He was a very old elephant.
Oh.
But yeah, he did live a good life. And the elephants would go into the swimming pool, into the sea.
Really?
Yeah, there's all the pictures. They would walk them down to the sea, and they'd be playing in the sea. Yeah. But all this kind of collection reminds me of that, Butlins. Yeah. It is. Happy days. And that's where I first met Ben, because I went back to Butlins to the Pantos. Ben was playing King Rat. I was playing the Dame, so I taught him everything he knows. Don't you worry.
We know.
He knows. He knows where his bread's buttered.
It was the start of a beautiful love story by yourself and Ben.
Love story. He's the father.
Well, dear oh dear. If anybody's asking, it's definitely not true before you start worrying. Well, I don't think it's true. I mean, who am I to say?
Oh my God, Zoe on YouTube. Hey George, we went to Bognor Regis the other day. I had a hospital appointment, and afterwards we went to Hotham Park. I love Hotham Park. Past Butlins and sat on the seafront with a cuppa. If you are ever in Bognor Regis, there's a lovely little cafe on the seafront called the Lobster Pot. Oh my goodness, it is the best views. I love it there, even for a cup of tea, but I love it. Louise Burton on Facebook, love Butlins, you see. And Butlins do these adult breaks, over 18 holiday breaks.
I have seen them, they do look quite good.
I went for one for my mate for a stag do. We went back to Butlins, because him and his partner, who I just showed you the picture of, they met at Butlins, they were red coats together.
Oh!
Yeah, we were all red coats together.
That's nice.
Yeah, we
lovely.
did some daft things.
Well...
We'd be out drinking cups of tea till 6 a.m.
Oh, 6 a.m. cup of tea, you
and
can't
then
beat
work
it.
at 7.
My gosh.
Oh, sorry, Nicola. Yeah, Nicola's like 5 minutes left. Sorry, yes. Okay, just reminiscing. About the good old days.
Yeah, it's the fact that you also sat down as well makes you seem like a little old person that sat in their armchair in the corner of the room.
I need a... So on me, you've called me pregnant. You've now called me old. Anything else you want? A little.
A little.
I'm 6'2".
Little. Nothing wrong with being... Well, you're definitely not little, are you? You saw when you stood next to me, you were towering over like a giant.
Are you kidding me? You're definitely not little.
Well, you're not. I look like a child next to you. I mean about height. Yes. Jamie's going on my ear. I mean about you're tall. You're clearly tall. Goes without saying. When you stand next to me, I look like I'm sat down. Yeah, you didn't fit in the frame.
What's your favourite holiday you've ever had, Lily?
Oh, that's a good question.
To Skegness?
Well, probably not Skegness. Probably somewhere in either Spain or Greece.
I love Greece.
I love Greece. Greece is beautiful.
That was the start of Grease, the film. But it did nearly turn to Coronation Street halfway.
It did, didn't it? I was thinking, oh.
I took everything in my being not to go.
Curry coming on. Clearly, yes. Right, I'm conscious that we've not got much time left on the demo, so that's the sort of start of your helter-skelter there. Just to speed things along a little bit, we will move that to one side and bring in, here's one I did earlier, true Blue Peter style.
This is like our show today.
What? A helter-skelter?
True helter-skelter.
Well, probably is, isn't it? Definitely a bit topsy-turvy, that's for sure. We've got our ready-made helter-skelter. We've got a little hot air balloon there, which we'll probably have on that side there. So we'll start sticking these down, I think. And I've added a little bit of our Fryer Brown ink just to the sides, just to make it look a little bit more vintage.
You've done that with the tickets as well, Lil?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's actually just white cardstock there, but we've just added the ink to the white cardstock.
Stamps are designed to fit on the tickets.
Uh-huh.
I did wonder they were very small. I thought, these stamp sentiments are very small in certain ones, but I get it now.
All making sense. So within your set of tickets, you've got all your different sentiments. Of course, you can use them separately if you so choose. And then you've got different sizes of tickets. So you've got your little stamps that will fit into your little tickets, got your big stamps for your big tickets, all being thought of. Oh, yes. It certainly has been thought of. It's very cute. I love the
clever people around.
Well, there is. So it's a shame I'm not one of them. But,
Can we have a train set now?
A train set?
Steam trains.
Do you know what? I did put the idea forward about a year or so ago as a vintage travel collection with like vintage cars, vintage trains. It didn't get approved, unfortunately. So, oh well. We can but hope.
I keep thinking we need just a manly collection. I don't mean manly in the sense of I've not seen the Modern Man collection yet.
Oh yeah, that was about a year ago.
Like tools and...
Yeah, it had some tools in.
Okay, well, shut my face then.
I think it had a barbecue in.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think what else it had in it.
Vintage cars.
It had a moustache and a monocle in it.
Oh, well, you know me. I'm always one
You've
with
always
my
got your monocle
moustache
on.
and monocle. I know some modern women with a moustache.
Well, and a monocle.
And a monocle.
Do people actually genuinely wear monocles for...
I've never worn a monocle in my life.
Wow.
Only on stage.
Have you worn one on
squint in your eye. And you have to talk like this, and I feel like it works. Sophistication is key.
Very nice.
Speak Queen's and King's English now.
King's English, yeah.
Back in my day...
Jamie was fascinated by this, so you can easily tear them apart. So you can literally just...
You can make this for a party. You know, if you've got a little one and you want some tickets for their birthday party, and you just think, oh, well, make some out of the Vintage Carnival.
Yeah, easy enough. I mean, you could be not using the stamps, you could be writing your own little things on there. So maybe if you're having a little party, you could be personalising it to that. Maybe you're doing something a bit like an IOU, like some people do for birthdays, like I owe you a cup of tea or I owe you cooking your dinner. You could do that sort of thing. I felt like there's a story that was about to come from you there, but...
No. 10 minutes worth of snuggles. You like some people that like romantic-y things?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that
like
sort of nice thing.
A date night, snuggles. Pat on Facebook. Every time I look at this die, I think of a lighthouse. It does have a touch of a lighthouse.
I know what you're saying, actually, Pat, now I look at it. I mean, it could be a lighthouse.
I mean, yeah. It looks a little bit like a Dalek.
Yeah, I can see that as well, actually.
Yeah, I think some lighthouses do have the emergency slides.
Do they? Wow.
But they're just for the emergencies, Jamie. You're not allowed to use the emergency slide without the emergency.
No, it's why it's called an emergency slide, because it's for emergencies only. But quite quickly how we've popped that together, we're just using a few items from the collection. There's fabulous papers on the inside, but how much fun is that to put together? It's just really fun to start to build all of those different layers together to give you some lovely cards.
Absolutely. Lily, I love it. All made possible, that Vintage Carnival collection. I'll actually sit up. Look, actually, I'm not actually slobbed round. So, well done, Lily, for walking round this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are getting close to Demo of the Week time. Who will be Demo of the Week? Lily Fletcher.
Oh, I was really low down now.
Was it?
I feel like I was sat on the floor. Right, let's have a little look what we've got to choose between.
So, first one there is Monday with Craig. I've got the labels
written on it.
I've got the labels in front of me, so I know who's made what.
But they're not on the cards.
Yeah, but it's Monday. I can tell you, it's Craig.
So this one's Monday.
With Craig.
Monday with Craig. That is demo number 1.
So we'll let Jamie
Can you
zoom.
somebody remind me what camera I'm on, please?
You're on 9.
Oh,
and
I'm on the right one.
And Jamie's coming in on 2. There you are.
Woo.
Lily is a trained professional.
Of course,
there is Craig made that. That's number 1 for Demo of the Week. Right, number 2 is also Craig. He made that on Tuesday.
Made this one on Tuesday.
Best
Demo
Dad.
number 2.
Made possible with...
Celebrate the good
Celebrate
times.
the good times. Very nice. And finally, you're in it.
I am. Woo, bless
So
you.
sorry. Again, it just came out of nowhere.
It did, didn't it?
I'm allergic to this card. It's the insects.
Oh.
That was made on Thursday by yourself, wasn't it, Lily?
Myself, actually. Was
I
it
like
Wednesday?
that.
Was it Thursday? I can't. It was Wednesday.
The sticker fell on the floor.
Oh.
It is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So that's number 3. So let us know. Comment below. Number 3. Number 2. Craigie. Or number 1.
Also Craigie.
There you are, also Craig. Let us know in the comments below. The wonderful Becky will tot up the scores and we will decide where we're going to watch that demo back live. Back when it was. Don't forget as well, we've got more for you after that as well, so don't leave us. We are approaching the end of the second hour, so I'm going to announce our next winner, who's winning some vouchers because they've commented. It couldn't be easier. I ordered this the other day. I've never seen it. Can't wait for it to get here. That was, of course, the wonderful Carol Garwood Beard on Facebook. You've won some vouchers. It's so simple. All you got to do is CTV prizes at crafterscampaign.co.uk. That's the wonderful Carol Garwood Beard. So, Lily, while waiting for demo of the week to come in...
Oh, gosh, here we go.
It's everyone's favourite part of the day. What's your favourite condiment?
Do you know, I'm not a huge condiment fan,
goodness.
but I can still offer you an answer.
Go on.
Either ketchup,
Yeah.
do you like a bit of ketchup,
Keep it, yeah.
of course, Henderson's relish.
Hendos!
Easy.
Hendos.
Easy. Not together like that would be absolutely foul.
No, you can't eat chips. Henderson's relish is a hors d'oeuvre. it's a sauce, isn't it?
It's a bit like Worcestershire sauce, but it's not made with fish.
No, it's very famous in Sheffield. I wore a T-shirt last night when I got to bed. Strong and Northern, Henderson's T-shirt that I nicked from the pantomime because they were sponsored by them, so I took that straight away with me. So I wore that to bed last night.
Is that your favourite condiment then? Or
I like Henderson. Mint sauce.
Okay.
I feel like mint sauce is an underappreciated condiment. Goes well with peas, goes well with fish. Minted peas.
That's a bit posh, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, put a bit of mint sauce in there, everyone thinks it's quite posh. Pie and peas, you have it with pie and peas, wouldn't you?
Not mint sauce, no.
Oh, were you peas?
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, they're disgusting my ear right
I'm
now.
not going to lie, I don't think I've actually ever tried it.
You've never had mint sauce?
No, I've not.
You had mouthwash?
Yeah.
Basically the same thing.
I don't want mouthwash on my peas.
No, but you put a bit of mint on. Mint sauce is... Am I weird? Okay, Jamie answered a little bit too quickly on that. It was more rhetorical is what that was, Jamie. Okay, so tomatoes, Henderson's hot sort of bit. What's yours, Jamie? Bit of chilli sauce, hot sauce, yeah. Nicola, what are you going for? American mustard. She's appealing to the audience. I do like a mustard. I like an English mustard. Do you know what? I like any mustard. I'm not mustardist. I'll take any mustard. Yeah, do you know what, from the vending machine earlier?
What's a mustard?
Beef and mustard crisps.
Oh.
They are beautiful. Also, while we're talking about the vending machine, they've subtly put the prices up on the chocolate bars to £1.10. £1.10 for a chocolate bar.
That is outrageous, to be fair.
I remember back in the day when you would pay with shillings and pence, and here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Now £1.10 for a tiny bar of chocolate.
I know. Now, Lily, before we announce demo of the week, I've got one more question for you.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Are there any collections that are coming out which you can't talk about, but just give us a title? One collection that you're really excited about that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. Just give us a word from it. You make the board, you know what's coming up. Just give us one word.
I'm racking
Like
my
if I
brains
said
now.
carnival, ooh, we're not.
I'm racking my brains as to what's going up in the next few weeks.
Yeah. You can tell she is because she's blinking loads really fast.
I know, I'm thinking. It's the cogs are turning. There's one that I'm very looking forward to that's next week.
Just one word.
Silhouette.
Silhouette. That's not answered any questions whatsoever. Demo of the week, ladies and gentlemen. He's here for you now. No, I'm joking. It's Lily number 3. Lily won Demo of the week. There it is. Perfect. Look at that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You've won the pride of being able to watch this. We're going to watch Lily's demo back right now. She looks really happy about this demo when you see the still eye. What's wrong? So you can see the preview.
I look like I'm possessed.
It's like Wednesday Addams here. Wednesday Addams has arrived on the next screen. Dance, dance, dance. Remember, we've got more coming up after this, so please don't go anywhere. We've got one more demo after the break, and we'll take another look at that goodie bag. We'll see you in a bit.
Absolutely. This is just one of the 120 different concepts you've got within that complete library. And don't forget as well, every single time you change up your papers, you change up your cardstock, your decoration, it's going to look absolutely different every single time, which I love. But we've taken one of the fabulous templates. This one is actually from the Orange Template Library. This is number 13. And all I did is I had a little look through the recipe book. I chose the design that I wanted to go for, which is this fabulous square base gift bag. And then I've just taken out the template from the binder. Now, what I love with these templates is the fact that it tells you how much cardstock you're going to need for the mats and layers, for the base itself, and it tells you exactly how large it's going to be when it's actually finished off. Love the fact that as well for each and every single piece there, it's telling you the size of that particular piece of cardstock you need to cut to size, because what I will quite often do is I'll cut my piece of cardstock exactly to that size, and then I'll just draw around the template from there on in. But we're going to start off with the main part of this template itself, and all we're going to do is we're just going to line up that edge there alongside the top and left hand edges of our cardstock, rather than putting it directly in the middle of our piece of card and having to cut all around the edges. By popping it against those two straight edges of your card, it just means you've got two less edges of cardstock that you need to cut. Then we're going to go in with our pencil. Now, I know some people prefer to use their heat erasable fabric pens, and that will work a treat as well, but good old-fashioned pencil will work perfectly fine too. And all we're doing is we're just making sure we're keeping one hand on that template, just so it's not going to move as we're drawing around the edge here. And we're just going to go around with our pencil, just following alongside all of those lines around the edge. So that's the edge of our cardstock. I can see here that's a cut line, so I'm going to mark that out. And at this top edge here, we have a score line. And what I tend to do with score lines is I'll just pop one marking there on the left-hand side and then just another marking on that right-hand side. That way I know that I need to score between those two lines rather than marking out that whole length and then having to rub it out afterwards with an eraser. Then down here, we've got another score line, so we're going to mark top and bottom. In this section here, we can see it's a mat and layer, so we don't need to mark that out on this base piece. We're going to do that on a separate piece. We've got another score line here that's scoring from the bottom all the way up to the top. Another cut line that we're going to mark all the way down using our pencil. We've got 3 there at the bottom. Another score line there that we'll just pop our pencil in. And it's just a case of having a little look around and making sure you've got all those score lines and all those cut lines marked out before you remove the template. The beauty of it being a template is if you have missed a couple of score lines, all you can do is just pop your template back over in exactly the same position, and you can just go back in and mark those out accordingly. But we'll remove our template now, and you can see here we've got our design penciled onto our cardstock. You can be using your trimmer or your guillotine if you find it easier to trim the edges, but if you've only got a pair of scissors, they can still make these templates work with no problem at all. So we'll just take our scissors, and either your 6-inch or your larger scissors are going to work perfectly for cutting straight lines like we've got around the edge there.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to cut up and remove all the waste cardstock around the edge.
I do like it when we do these shows as well, because a lot of people are saying that they've got the template library, but it serves as a reminder, like Carol was just saying, I really need to get my library out and use them. I have them, so why not? And Sweet Imp just saying, I love this library, and the bonus is not having anxiety every month as the complete set is here. And Lynn just saying it's a great resource. If you can afford to get it, it is definitely worth getting because, as I say, 120 projects in here, and it's cards, it's boxes, it's all sorts, Lily, isn't it?
Absolutely, you've got tons and tons, and I love the fact that within each and every single one of those libraries, it's not like one is for boxes, one is for gift bags, one is for cards. So if you are only able to stretch to 1 or 2 of them today, you know you're going to have that whole broad spectrum across each one of those. So it's not a case of, oh, I can only get the cards today, but then next week I might be able to get the gift bags, and next week after the gift boxes. You've got it all in one.
And it's not like, I always say this as well, it's not like number 1 is very simple and then it gets sort of like progressively more impressive, if you like. There's a real mixture across each and every library, isn't there?
Absolutely. I love the fact you've got that variety. So you've got easier projects, you've got more advanced projects, you've got all those different styles within every single one, which just gives you a great variety across them all. Now I'm bringing in my scoreboard here. You don't have to have the large big score that I'm using at this point. You can be using your A4 scoreboards. They'll work a treat still with this template, and it really is a bonus to make sure with any scoreboard you've got in your crafty stash, just marking out that centre line, just using a black permanent marker, or it can be one of your Spectrum Noir alcohol pens, and it just makes it a lot easier. So I can see there I've got that marking that I've popped at the top there, marking I've got there at the bottom, and all I'm doing is just lining that up top and bottom alongside that line that we've already marked out, and I'm just going in and scoring along there. Very, very easy to do when you've got your marking on that scoreboard. So what I'll do is I'll score the diagonal lines at the end, but we're just going to go in with our vertical and our horizontal lines to start with. I find it personally a lot easier to actually cut the template out first and then add my score lines in afterwards, but it is just whatever you find easiest when you're crafting with these. Now all I'm going to do with these bottom sections here where we've got our diagonal score lines is I'm just going to fold that flat back so it makes it a little bit easier to visualise where I've got that marking on my scoreboard there. So just lining that up with that top marking there, and then we're just going to score down on the diagonal. It literally is as easy as that. Then what I tend to do when I'm scoring the next one is I'll keep my scoring tool in position there, and I'll just pivot that around at the top because I know that's in the right place. If I keep my scoring tool in position, I just fold that back at the top there, and I can see that I need to score upwards, so I'll just keep scoring up to that score line, and then that's going to give you that perfect diagonal score line onto there just like so. And then you can do exactly the same on the opposite side, so you get that same symmetry. And just to speed it along, same technique that we've used on that left hand side, we'll repeat on that right hand side, and it will give you something that looks a little bit like that.
Okay.
The only difference that we've done with this one is we've just taken one of our hole punches, and if you've not got a hole punch in your crafty stash, I'll tell you what works quite nicely. That is our circle punches that came with our flower punches. It's a really small little circle. That's going to work a treat in the top there. And just by going in and reinforcing all those score lines, just to make sure that it's going to fold together quite nicely, we're just going to go around, and you can use your scoring tool to do this, just to reinforce all those creases that we've got on our gift bag. And you can see when you start to bring that together, even without gluing it, you can see this start to take shape just like so. But to complete that, obviously our base is looking a little bit messy and there's a little bit of a gap in the centre. That is covered by the template as well. You do have your base that's marked on there. So all you're going to do is just take a piece of cardstock, draw around that, and then you've got your base, that square that's going to go on the bottom. Now we do also have some embellishments on this one, as well as all our mats and layers. So I've taken the mats and layers already, and what I've done with this, instead of just having the one mat and layer, that mat and layer that we've got on the template, I've used that one onto some of our pattern paper, and here we've used our Nature's Garden flora and fauna for this. And then all I've done is I've just stuck that onto some of the linen card that came with the flora and fauna, and then I've just trimmed around the edge about 1/8 of an inch increments around the edge, just to give me an extra mat and layer. So the pattern paper is the template, and then that cardstock is slightly larger than the template, just to give you a few more mats and layers if you like that. So then we've got the pieces that will go onto the front there. You do have the option of actually doing sort of a double aspect, so you're going to decorate the front and the back if you want sort of like a full 360 to this. But what we're going to do before we stick them down is we're going to bring back in the template again. I'm going to take a little scrap of our flora and fauna paper pad, and we're just going to use one of these embellishments, just this little gift tag that will finish off our gift bag nicely. So we're going to use this one just to draw around. So I'll pop that onto my cardstock there, and we're just going to use our pencil to just draw around the edge of our tag. Great little embellishment, standalone. You don't always just have to use this alongside your template library finished piece. Just make sure that's back in position, and then we'll just draw around our little tag just like so, and that'll be a perfect finishing touch for our gift bag. And then we'll just grab our pair of scissors, and all we need to do is just chop around the outside of our little gift tag. Great for stamping your sentiments or writing your message on, or anything like that really.
Colin says, I love the template library, so many wonderful templates to use to make beautiful cards and crafts. One of my favourites. Cindy says, I wonder if Ben is not familiar with FOMO. I know FOMO, fear of missing out. I suffer extreme FOMO where CC is concerned. And Susie says, the template library and the layout collection, two of the best collections I've ever purchased, even as an experienced crafter, and along with the Academy of Colour. I always say that, you look at like sort of gold standard products that we've done here, those are three that always spring to mind for me, and it's been a game changer for a lot of crafters, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, I know there's so many people that love the template library as much as we do, and it's become a sort of a staple in their crafty stash, something that they turn to time and time again. Perhaps you're getting a little bit stale on the sort of card shapes that you use. I know personally I tend to be a bit boring. I tend to go for the same card shape folds, the same sizes. So it's lovely to have that opportunity, that nice and easy way of mixing up your card shapes. And it really does make a massive difference just by changing up the folds of your card bases. So all we're doing here is we're just going in with those mats and layers that we've cut out using that template and the pattern papers, and they just sit perfectly onto the base that we've already cut out here. So just making sure that that's manoeuvred into position onto the base with a nice even border all around the edge, and then that's going to give us that lovely decoration onto our gift bag. I've got one for the right hand side and one for the left, and what I've done is I've actually used the same sheet of cardstock, so can you see that print actually continues across the 3 pieces, so it's almost like fitting together a jigsaw a little bit, which I think is quite a nice touch, especially when you've got a pattern paper that's almost like a scene like this particular one is. And then we'll have our left hand piece that just goes onto the left. And I know I talk about it quite a lot, but in terms of choosing your colours for your matte and layer, I chose my pattern paper first, and I picked out that lovely pink of that gorgeous flower there, which is why I went for that lovely pink matte and layer. So that's that base there ready to go. But then we'll bring in a few items from that lovely Flora and Fauna collection just to embellish it a little bit more. So what I've done is I've taken the Fly High stamp, and I've just stamped out that lovely little buzzy bee onto some of our white cardstock. And I'll just grab the die just to cut out that stamped image. So grab the die, which will go over the top perfectly, and we'll just take some of our low tack tape, and that will just go over there, making sure I've got a nice even border of white cardstock between the die and the edge of that stamped line. And we'll take that into position with a couple of pieces of our low tack tape just to make sure that he doesn't fly away as he goes through the die cutting machine. And then we'll just run that through, and then we can colour it in. Now, quite often we get asked what's the best order in terms of cutting or stamping or colouring. What I tend to do is I'll tend to stamp first, then I'll cut, then I'll colour. The reason being, if you colour before you cut and then you end up having your die, perhaps it slips as it goes through the machine, or you don't add enough low tack tape to stick it to the cardstock, obviously you've wasted all that time of colouring your image, which is a little bit gutting, believe you me, talking from experience. So I always die cut first, and then I know I've got that out of the way and I can focus on the colouring afterwards. So there's our lovely little die cut bumblebee. So we'll pop that to one side, and we'll just bring in a piece of white cardstock just to place underneath while we do a little bit of colouring. I'm just going to use 2 of our tri-blend brush for this. So I'm going to take our gold yellow blend, and I'm just going to colour his little fluffy body using our gold yellow blend. So going in with the lightest colour tone at the centre, and then just going into the mid-tone just around the edges. And don't forget, if you have got a little bit of a join between the lighter and the mid-tone, just go back to your lighter colour tone to bridge that gap a little bit more. And then you can go in with that darkest.
This is it, isn't it, as far as the template library is concerned as well? Because Stephen's asking, he says, will they ever increase the templates to add more books to it? Not as far as I know.
No, not as far as I'm aware. I'll be honest, Steve, you've got 120 in there.
That's what I was going to say.
Is that not enough for you?
There's a lot to be crafting within there, isn't there?
There is, believe you me. I was thinking the other day, I was wondering how many of them I've actually managed to make, and I'm not quite sure. Definitely not all 120.
Has anyone made all 120?
And if you say yes, we need proof, thank you.
Yeah, we need picture evidence.
Absolutely. I mean, that'd be a great little challenge, that, wouldn't it? Get yourself a little list that you can tick off.
Yeah.
Make them all. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let us know if you do, guys, at home.
Yeah, but as I say, we'll definitely want to see them all lined up next to each other.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Otherwise, we will not accept it as an accomplished challenge.
That's it. But like Lily said as well, you know, if you do want to dip your toe in the water here, you don't have to go for the full collection. We've got all of the individual libraries available on the Shop the Show. So do have a look if you want to pick and choose.
Absolutely. I love that you've got the options to sort of make it fit for your style of crafting or your budget. At the end of the day, it's a library, so if you're getting a couple today, you can always get more and sort of build that library in the future. I have heard it on the grapevine that we are going to try and keep them in stock indefinitely. So you didn't hear that from me, though, in case anybody else. Anyway, back to the crafting before I get myself into any more trouble. So we'll just start to build this together, very much like we put a card together in terms of layering, but we're just focusing on popping it onto a gift bag instead. So we'll take our little gift tag that we've cut out using that lovely template. We've got a little stamped sentiment that is part of the Flora and Fauna collection.
Oh, yeah.
Just showing how you can use some of your lovely recent collections with your template library. Even if you've had your template library for years and years, perhaps you've only just picked up your Flora and Fauna, it just sort of breathes life into your older crafty goodies. So we've got our sentiment that will go onto our tag about that. And then we've got our little bumblebee that we've already coloured. We'll give his wings a little bit of a shape. And I've just taken that gorgeous little ladybird as well as part of the collection. I thought we'll have a little bit of a scene of all these cute little critters.
Nice to see this collection, actually. I did launch it, I'm sure, but I haven't really seen it a lot since. Forgot it had little ladybirds in it. Yeah,
it's so cute. The ladybird has got to be my favourite part of the collection, I think.
Yeah.
I did the craft along with this a few weeks ago, though, when we got George crafting. He coloured that little bumblebee.
Oh, yeah?
He did, yes, believe it or not. Traumatic experience for him, but he did go out the lines a little bit, but, you know, he's only learning. We can't be too judgmental.
We've all been there.
We have, absolutely. I mean, you're getting crafted in a minute, so you've got to be careful what you say, just in case. You'll be fine. Promise you, you'll be fine. Right, in terms of building this box, it's super, super simple. So first of all, that tab on the end there, we're going to pop some of our tape onto that tab, and then that just folds alongside that other side of the gift bag. So easy to line up. So make sure that top edge of that front part is lined up against the top edge of the back part there, and then you can just fold that down. Make sure you give it a nice little bit of a burnish, just so that glue sort of catches. Then all we need to do is pop adhesive on all 4 of those tabs. So taking our tape pen, or your red liner tape is going to work perfectly. If you've got time to wait for it to dry, then your tacky glue is great, but quite frankly, I don't want to be spending the next half an hour holding this gift bag together to get it to dry. My trick is always to stick the base to the glass mat, but there we go, got it up with not too much trouble. And then I tend to fold in 2 tabs at a time, and then the opposite 2 tabs, just like so. And then we'll grab our little square of card, and I'll do a Sarah with your double gluing. She always goes on about glue on glue.
Tape to tape.
Tape to tape, that's it. I've been saying it for years, and it's kept her in good stead. So, especially given it's a birthday, we'll honour Sarah with a double tape to tape onto there with our little square, and that will line up nicely. And then I tend to just try and find something that will fit into the centre of the gift bag. So I tend to use the end of my pair of scissors just to make sure that that's nicely burnished and it's grabbed with the base, just like so. And then just to finish it off, we've punched our little hole in the top there. So I've grabbed a length of ribbon. Let's see how all fingers and thumbs I can be today. I tend to use actually the end of my poker tool just to help thread that through. Got quite a long length of ribbon here, but we can always cut it down afterwards, and we'll just tie this in a little bow at the top, just like so, just to finish it off. You could, of course, if you've used tags from the template as well, you could be using those to thread through the ribbon as well if you punched a hole into those, but just to finish it off nicely, a little ribbon bow. So just pull that until we're happy with the sizing, and then once we are happy with how that's sitting, we can just trim the edges of our ribbon. So I'll grab my pair of scissors and I'll just trim the edges of there into a little bit of a diagonal, like so, and then we'll do exactly the same on the other side just to finish it off nicely. But how quick and easy is that? Using that fantastic template library, it really does just breathe new life into your crafting, breathe new life into your crafty supplies, and it is so much fun to craft with too.
Look at that. That's TV, that. Traumatic experience, was it? Cuddling that bee for... Oh, it was a traumatic experience for me with George when he was colouring that bee. Oh, cutting out the lines. I heard you. I don't just sit playing Angry Birds on my iPad. I watch those things. Listen, welcome back to Make It Saturday. That was your demo of the week with a fantastic Lilly Fletcher. Emma's books are everywhere on YouTube. Before I forget, Lilly, thank you for the demo with a 3D embossing folder using glossy highlights on the jewels. I used that craft along for a background. It looks stunning.
Thank you. You did that one as well. You did a lovely job.
I did a great job. Where's my
hopefully it wasn't too traumatic.
Thank you. I'm messing. I'll tell you what you're excited about as well. It's the Graceful Plumes. It's a collection I think already becoming a firm favourite within the crafting companions community. Some great items on this. Still priced at a fantastic price, £90, $115. Remember your Club Inspire price, £72, $92. Try your save and spend. You spend over £50, $50, you get extra 10% off. Use the code SPENDSAVE. I had a card with it on. Where have I put the card? I've been to
Save, spend 5, save,
spend 5. I write it down. There it is. Spend, save 5, 5% off 20.
Save,
and
spend. Save, spend.
Save, spend.
Save, spend.
Got my eyes on you, Fletcher. There it is for you. That's the price. You put that in with a 10, you get 10% off over £50, $50. Let's take you through this wonderful collection. The beauty and elegance. Remember those 3 fantastic dies. Perfect cut-out cards. Creator cards, maybe. Remember as well, you've also got your outline dies of each 3, your trip kit. You know what I mean. That's all there for you. The Proud Peacock as well, stamp and die for you. Then one of my favourite in the entire collection is this. It's the Perfect Plumes. Great for your paper piece. And remember that with your mirror card would look awesome. That's in there for you as well. This wonderful Lucky Feathers Edgeable. That's in there for you, one of my favourites. You've also got the Peacock Quill. Amazing if you cut it out in foam. Just saying. That's in there for you as well today. Then you've also got your fantastic sentiments. Strut your stuff. Proceed as a... Proud as a peacock. That's in there for you. Sorry.
Proceed.
Right. I'm just tired, okay? I've just had a long time. Linen card, that's in there for you as well. Sorry, I went completely blank what this was. 24 sheets, 6 of each colour. 6 of each colour? Yeah. 24, yeah. 6
colours, 4 of each?
Yeah, 6 times 4 is 20. You know what I mean. That's in there for you, 6 fantastic colours. And again, your 12x12 and your 6x6. Remember the 12x12. Seriously, the 6x6 is a smaller version of the 12x12, but not losing any details. Double-sided. Look at me like that, Lily. There it is. He's looking at me over at the studio. Joking.
Just keeping my beady eye on you, that's all.
Like a peacock. Little beady eye. There it is. I mean, Lily, this collection is absolutely stunning. I think this is one of your favourites as well, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous. I have to say, I love the papers in this collection. It's absolutely stunning. The florals, the peacocks, the feathers, it's all in there. But we're going to incorporate some of the other items we've got on today's Shop the Day. So we've got the bundle of our Duet Colour Bloom ink pads. So we're going to have a little bit of a play around with these and create a little bit of a background. So we're going to start off with the one that I can never pronounce the name, Anemone. Anemone, there you go. So we're going to take our ink pad. I'm going to do something a little bit similar to what we did with Ben on Wednesday night. We're going to take our ink pad onto our watercolour card and we're just going to go in like a sort of a circular motion, just like so. So we're just going around in a circle rather than using that full sort of size of the ink pad, just using that top bit there to go around in a circle. So that's our anemone to start to build up that design. And then we're going to switch over to the shovel. We're going to do exactly the same thing, starting to fill out those gaps where we've not got any colour.
Yeah.
Just going to go around it. Remind me a little bit almost like the effect you get in the centre of a peacock's feather, where you've got the circles there. So that's our shoal. And then finally we're going to go in with our nebula, which is going to be our third colour onto here. And the great thing about this sort of technique, you're going to get a different effect each and every single time. It's going to be almost like a unique piece of artwork every time you create a background like this. So we'll just keep on going around, filling out as much as we want to. And then once we've done that, what you can do is you can come in with your heat tool and you can give that a little bit of a blast off. But just for speed, we're going to quickly go in with our water spritzer here. So we've just got some regular water in our spritzer and we're just going to give that a nice little spritz of water. So just going to keep on spritzing until I've got as much water as I'm wanting on there, and then you'll start to see the colours ever so slightly separate with our colour blooming pad. So it's going to give you even more colours than what we've got, the 3 in there. If I only had more water in my spritzer, but never mind, that should just about do.
I've got some water, Lily, if you want some.
That'd be all right. I think we should just about do, but thank you.
Lovely.
And then all we'll do is we'll just give it a little bit of a dab off with our kitchen towel.
Some gin as well.
And that gives us our lovely background on there, just like so. Now, a few different options that I've done ahead of time, just to show you a few different techniques using these fabulous ink pads. So I've done a similar thing here onto some watercolour card, but just give it a little bit more water onto there, and you can see how the colours start to come out and bleach a little bit more by adding more water. So that's,
you just do some things that just take us all by surprise.
Oh yeah, so a little bit of a curveball into there. Look at that.
Is that watercolour card? Emma's Books Are Everywhere is asking.
Absolutely, it certainly is.
There
so
we
that
are.
was
Next
watercolour
question.
card. And then with this one, we kept it super, super simple. I think this was the shoal I used. I used just one colour of ink pad. I went directly to the card, so I can pretty much saturate it with colour, dried it off with my heat tool, then added plenty of water onto there. So that's one sort of option. And then I thought, do you know what, I'll give it a go on some black cardstock, and that is just one colour. And it reminded me a little bit like almost feathers sort of cascading through the air. So just a little bit of ink onto there. Absolutely. And that's all it is. How cool is that? So
that's lovely.
That is nice, isn't it? That has come out nice. And that's just one colour of the ink pad as well. But that's 3 different options. We'll leave those to one side. We need something to pair with our 3 different options. And this is where we're going to bring in this collection. So I've got the lovely Lucky Feathers die set here, where we've got this lovely edgeable. And all we'll do is we'll take a piece of white card that we've cut to 5.5 by 4 inches. And we're going to cut our lovely edgeable on the side of this piece of card. So you don't always have to use your edgeable on a card base. It can be just on a topper, like we're going to do here. And we'll just line this up onto the edge of our piece of white card here. And we'll grab a couple of pieces of our low-tack tape just to make sure that that stays in position as it goes through that die cutting machine.
Yep.
So I'll lay those plates up and we'll run that through. And I've just noticed I've got blue fingers, so we'll give those a little wag. Like a Smurf. A Smurf. New breed. A Smurf. I don't know where that came from. Oh, well. There we go. They are all water-soluble inks as well, which is perfect in terms of being able to wash them up. Right, you can't see that so well against the white. There we go. So, all we've done ahead of time, actually I'll bring in I'll bring in the piece of black there. You can see that lovely contrast at how stark it is against that black cardstock. So all we're going to do is we're just going to bring in one that we've already done already, because obviously I'm conscious of the time that we've not got an awful lot of time left. So I'm going to bring in one that we've already done ahead of time. All we've done is we've taken that exact same die, we've cut it once again from some of that lovely gold glitter card. Now if you are going for that amazing Saturday sizzler deal of your glitter card, it's the solar gold that we've actually used for that particular matte and layer. So that's going to go nicely onto there. So we've got a few options in terms of how we're going to lay this up. So option number 1, we can go with our black card. Option number 2, we can go with that one, which I have to say that's quite a firm contender for me. I do like that one. Option number 3, we could go for that one. Or finally, option number 4, we could go for the one we've just created. Jamie's
black
liking
card,
option
black
1.
card.
Black card. 1, or the one I was going to go for was that
Well, just do
one.
what you want, Lily. Why are you even asking our opinions?
Well, we'll do the black.
Just why do you...
So Jamie's vote is for black. Nicola, your vote is for?
I vote for black.
Black? Well, black's one. Sorry, Nicola. If we've got 2 votes for black. Black it is. Oh,
2 blacks? What's that?
Dodgy tape pen again.
Hey, me and Jamie are very experienced crafters now.
Well, you've been on enough shows, haven't you?
Yeah,
both
did
of you?
enough shows, like Little Smurfs.
Yeah?
Or Smurfs.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh, I love it.
Oh dear, oh dear. I need to get my teeth in today.
You know what, my lovely?
I need to get my teeth in.
I need to
get my teeth in, and you need to get your ears tested. The right pair.
Oh, when the baby's due, I can't. Not my water's, no, my friend's water's broke.
Jamie just said in our ears, I'm going to ask you now, he said, did you say your water's broke or your friend's? It's not just me being brutal these days, is it? It's catching. He's just wiping the tears away. Just start to shop.
Tears away. Everything's better in the song.
It is. It is. The whole
I
show.
can sing the whole show for you. And Lily, what are you doing there with a tape pen?
I'm matting and layering
Yeah, I'll still bother with
onto
that,
the card base. That got old very quickly, didn't it?
I'll do it with Sarah on Wednesday.
Yeah. Debbie Fisher might be up for that. That sounds like the sort of thing Debbie Fisher would do.
Debbie is a bit of a singer. Hello, it's me, Debbie Fisher. That's what she...
Didn't realise she was one of the Muppets.
Hey, listen, if you're a fan of the Muppets, right, type in Swedish Chef Karaoke. It's from the new Muppet Show, and he sings at a hip, ha, hibbit, hibbit, hip. I can't remember the words, but it's Swedish Chef singing it.
Right.
It's the best 90 seconds of your life.
Okay.
If you're a big Muppet fan like me.
Okay, well.
Hip, 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 hip.
You sounded a bit like you're saying ribbit, ribbit.
That's Kermit.
Wow, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It ain't easy being green. Come with me, frog, you. Thank you. I also did Bert and Ernie.
Okay, go on.
Hey, Bert, give it a key. That's it.
Very nice.
I do Elmo.
Elmo, go on.
Elmo!
Wonderful, love it.
Who's Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
Waste my evenings.
Well, yeah.
I look a bit like Shaggy actually in this green shirt today. Can I do Shaggy as well? Like Scooby-Doo! Where are you? Right, so when I was at Butlins, I was in Scooby-Doo Live. Okay?
Oh!
And I was the bad guy. I was like, get away with it too if it weren't for your meddling kids.
Yep.
And this other guy called Lawrence was Scooby-Doo, was Shaggy. He toured as Shaggy. He looked like Shaggy, right?
Right.
You know how iconic Shaggy is as a look? I was his understudy, but he's like 6'4", rake thin. I was the understudy just because I could do the voice. Not that I look like Shaggy, I just could do... I do the voice. I mean, he looks like Shaggy. Bless him. He did sound like Shaggy. He had the little beard that Shaggy had.
Was he Shaggy? It sounds very much to me like that was him.
He looked like, he had the haircut and everything. He looked like Shaggy.
He was him.
But bless him, he couldn't go anywhere without anyone going, you look like Shaggy. He's like, yeah. Yeah, it was hard for him. I did feel sorry for him.
Oh, dear.
Miss Piggy. Who wants Miss Piggy? That's nothing like Miss Piggy. Who wants Miss Piggy? Pam. Pam. Miss Piggy. Kermit Frog. No. No, I can't do Miss Piggy.
No.
Kermit. No. Something like March.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
No, me and Ben used to spend hours just sat. Drinking tea, doing impressions.
Funnily enough, I could so imagine that.
Yeah.
So imagine it.
Yeah, I can't do a Homer.
Wow, wow.
Ben does his great Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, he does do good.
There's a very interesting story. I won't tell you, Karen.
Go on.
How do you know where that peacock's come from?
The peacock has come from there.
Oh, I see, and you snipped it.
Yes, so all we did was we die cut the panel, we snipped him out, and then we just added a little bit of the gold glitter behind. So quite a simple card in design, using the sentiments as well from the collection. But how cool is that background? If you're looking for those duet colour blue ink pads, they are on the shop today, a bundle of those fabulous colours. But how much fun is it to mix and match a few collections together?
Lily, amazing. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is, of course, the graceful plumes. Now, we're going to give you one more chance because in a few hours this goodie bag won't be available. Lily, come join me over at the fun side of the studio as it's time to look through the goodie bag. Here she comes, as graceful as a zebra.
Hello.
Right, let's have a look at your goodie bag. Remember, £35, $45. Your Club Inspire price, £28, $36. Right, do you want to pick an item up? Close your eyes, put your hand in the bag, pick an item out.
Am I in the right place?
Yeah, it's the bag.
Ooh! Majestic unicorn, 8x8 inch vellum here. You've got 24 sheets in total, 6 designs. You're getting 3 of each there. Absolutely beautiful. Your vellum is great for giving you that slightly different look and feel rather than just always using some of your papers. You've got that lovely translucent, soft feel to your vellum. 24 sheets of that beautiful stuff in there.
Absolutely. You've also got a 6x6 on your tiny deserts. No, treasures, sorry.
Your tiny desserts?
My eyes are awful. That is in there, 6x6. We used this on that wonderful demonstration that I helped create earlier.
You did, yeah.
That's in there for you as well, some great designs, 6x6. Right then, Lily, rocker blocks. You love a rocker block.
I do love a rocker block. I think they are fabulous. If you're stamping, you want to do lots of quick stamping in quick succession, these are perfect, especially if you're in backgrounds where you're multiple stamping an image over a background. This is the perfect one to go for. Give you a perfect stamped impression each and every single time.
A fantastic edgeable die for you here. Love is in the air. I mean, that's an incredible die by itself. That's in that fantastic collection for you there. Right, Lily, I mean, nesting dies are just incredible. In the squares there for you.
Absolutely, you can't go far wrong with a set of nesting dies. These are absolutely fantastic. You're getting 14 different square nesting dies in this set here. Great for your matting and layering, great for apertures, frames, and much more besides. An essential for every crafter.
Vintage Vegas, the Royal Flush Stamp and Die Collection, that's also here with you as well. Can you play poker?
No, I've never played. Can you?
All right, I'm not bad. I'm not the best. I'm not the best, but I'll give it a go. That's in there. I love this. This is beautiful. That would look really great with your carnival collection. The papers in that would look amazing.
Absolutely. You've got all your stamps in there. You've got your dies as well, so you can create all those beautiful effects.
Now I've had the time of my life with the dainty dragonfly. This is a humongous die. I mean, it's measuring 6 by 7 inches by 4.7. And remember, you get the 2 dies as well in here. So you've got the wonderful outline die, the dragonfly. You've also got the option to cut that out as well. You can see it there, the 2 different fantastic dies there for you. That is, you mean, that's just a card by itself. Nice and simple. Then this, Lee, I mean, this, again, another, is it an edgeable as well?
It's sort of like a hybrid between an edgeable and a creator card. We call these our half creator cards. So it's going to cut out one side of the card, as we know and love, with an edgeable, but it's really statement. It's going to create a full card, like you can see there. Very much, it's very little you need to do to those to make them look incredible.
Absolutely. One of Lily's favourites, I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, the Woodland Explorer with the owl. What's up?
Shock horror. I'm most certainly not a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
What are you?
My goodness, I'm a Sheffield United fan.
Oh, sorry, same thing. There it is with the fantastic owl for you as well. The Woodland, I am losing 2-0. Woodland Explorer is there for you against Shrewsbury. of all the teams. Now, I've got one more thing in here which I'm going to save for towards the end because I know it's very, very personal. We've got a lot of mixed medias in here as well. Right, which one are you going for first?
Do I have to close my eyes again?
Yeah, if you want. Makes it more exciting. Okay. That's my hand, get off.
That. Oh, shimmer spray.
Yeah.
Deep sheets. Oh no, I don't think I should say this. Deep seashell pink. It's like she sells seashells on the seashore. There we go. Beautiful colour here. It looks a little bit more red in... It's fine. It looks a little bit more red in the bottle. It does come out a little bit more of a pink colour. Absolutely gorgeous. Jam-packed full of all your shimmer there. Can be great for using on your backgrounds, on your watercolour cardstock. Use it through your stencils. You can even pop it into a paint palette and paint with it as well. Next up.
Summer Meadow, I'll say this. Summer Meadow, that's also in there for you. If you want a little bit of matching my top, again, very similar to your red, but in green. That's there, your Summer Meadow. Right, glitter.
Ooh.
Glitter.
Love the colour of this. This is glitter. The name's all right with this one. We can say this one Lotus Flower. I think we're all right with that. Absolutely beautiful colour here. It's jam-packed full of all that sparkle, lots and lots of glitter within that collection there. Great for creating your shakers, just adding an embellishment, just add that little bit of sparkle to your projects.
The Duet Ink Pen Fruit Pie, that's the nickname for us after this show. That's in there for you again. It's got a wonderful sparkling and shimmer, and also great with that water spritz. You can do that wonderful bleaching effect for you there. Fruit Pie, I mean, that's always great to add into your collection. Then your luxury gilding flakes with the wonderful pretty pink. They are there for you as well. I mean, they are beautiful. I mean, what can you use gilding flakes for, Lily? Absolutely everything.
All sorts. Yeah, you can even decorate furniture with these. Anything that's sticky, it will attach to. So you've got your red liner tape, you've got your double-sided tape, double-sided adhesive sheets. If you've got your gilding flake glue, you do absolutely tons with these. They are stunning. Are you going to? Am I sending you to sleep?
No. I'm just trying not to laugh. And finally, I mean, you can't even buy these by themselves. It is.
Our fantastic stained glass acetate effect squares. It's a bit of a mouthful, but they look absolutely amazing. You saw that demo that we did a little bit earlier on, showing you how you can use those with your nesting dies. I think it's incredible the fact that we bring you those alongside the nesting dies, all in a goodie bag. Quite frankly, you pay the price of a goodie bag for both of those together, especially given how rare they are to get hold of.
They are in there, £35, $45, thank goodness for that. Club Inspire Platinum price, £28, $36. Remember, save, spend 5. When you spend £25, $25, we'll get the extra 5% off. And if you spend £50 or $50, 10% off when you put the code save, spend 10. Make sure you use that. Lily, I'd love to say it's been an absolute pleasure.
But it hasn't.
But it had, I'm joking, it has, Lily. Thank you so much for these last
so
2 months.
Fun.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Loads of love as well. Very beautiful demos today. Thank you, Lily, from Lois Colleen on Facebook. Great goodie bag for a Saturday, it really is. And truly, I've totally enjoyed this show. George and Lily are such a hoot. That's the howl. Yes, it's there. Listen, I'm back with you on Wednesday for Sarah's birthday celebrations, madness galore. Who knows what's going to happen? Really, who knows what's going to happen? Lily, when are you back next with us?
Some point next week, I do believe. Back end of the week.
Amazing. We will see you very soon. Thank you to the whole team are here today, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, Ben's back tomorrow with Second Chance Sunday. In the meantime, check out your baskets, and we'll see you again very, very soon on Crafty TV.